all for coming on. I appreciate it. So we are live on the we are live on the Critical Cracker podcast. Today I have some friends with me joining us to discuss the female Doctor Who. Now, we should probably go in the order of who has most subscribers in this chat. So, Jem, if you'd be so kind. We should probably go in the order of who has most subscribers in this chat. There you go.
Oh shit, my bad. My computer froze.
I added a background on. It's my bad.
Did Jim just close out on us?
No, he's right there.
No,
Jim,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
So I tweeted the stream thing to in the general chat. So if you guys want to tweet that out, go ahead.
Done.
Go ahead and tell us who you are and what you're doing here.
Can they hear you?
Bacon, what you doing in the background,
Yeah,
man?
he's always doing something, dude. I want to fucking hit him. Pagan.
What?
Ah, Jesus.
I think he's masturbating. I don't know.
I was stirring butter.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Good. I'm like,
It's stirring butter. He's not even kidding either.
oh man, that's you dirty. You so dirty. All right, so I'm the Critical Cracker, and today we're talking about the female Doctor Who. Should we give a shit about this, or should we ride over it? Anyone have any opinions about this?
I have major opinions, but I'm a low life, no subscriber pleb. So if someone wants to overrule me at any point, go ahead. But I'd pay my TV license. I watched a lot of the last season. Sorry, yeah, you gonna ask something?
Yeah, wait, you have to pay a license to watch TV?
Yeah. So basically, the way the BBC is funded is it's not directly funded through government or advertising. It has a set tax for you to be able to use a TV or a radio called the TV license, and that's about like 12 quid a month, and that goes straight to the BBC, and that's how they fund all their programs. So it's not like it stops them from being controlled by the government, and it stops them from having to use advertising, and it's also semi-optional because you can opt out of having TV at all. But yeah, so I do all of that. I'll first say I think we should do some background on Doctor Who and the most recent season and the precedent for this kind of thing, this kind of activism as part of Doctor Who. So the companion at the moment is black and a lesbian. Many people are. I'm not offended by this, but we're setting the scene. I remember one episode that stuck out to me a lot was they were in a space station full of zombies in suits, and it turned out that what had caused them to be like that is because capitalism had become so insane, so over rampant, that it had decided to consume people inside their spacesuits because capitalism is evil. So they not only pushing an agenda of social justice, but also a socialist agenda. So that's a little bit of the precedent. I could go on. I have more opinions. I'm not just going to lay out a whole thesis here. So I'll let someone else have their go.
Thank God.
Get your fat ass up here and speak to the mic.
Stanley.
Yeah.
Isn't that episode kind of like the internet episode with Matt Smith as the doctor?
Which one was that?
What was it? It was like some sort of encryption, and they like get like free internet, but as soon as you got into the internet, you were absorbed in said internet.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. There's a lot of episodes and a lot of weird bad guys. I just thought it was kind of amusing that the bad guy of this particular episode was capitalism. evil space capitalism turns you into a space zombie. That's what Doctor Who is teaching our children.
That's not subtle at all.
That's like the ukulele game that's coming out, where like the main bad guy is that capital B or whatever the heck. Capitalism is the enemy. We must defeat it.
To be fair, this isn't a new thing. Like every 80s movie has some sort of evil corporation at the head of being the bad guys. This isn't a new thing, but it's part of a big picture. It's part of a big picture of I don't know where it's come from, because Doctor Who always used to just be like some campy bullshit about fighting a new monster every week, and it's got an agenda, which I guess I can't be upset about. I didn't make it, but it's kind of beating us over the head with it, in my opinion.
It's a constant theme. It's an occurring theme in all sci-fi, really. Most sci-fi has this kind of theme about these types of topics, about, the government and all this being a bad thing. It's a reoccurring thing in sci-fi in general. Where you TV, movies, books, it's always been there. So this isn't anything new.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Even if we go back to Star Trek, it was pushing a progressive agenda. I think it did it really well, and I don't think it. Having the first interracial kiss or whatever. I thought that handled it really well by showing us what a better society could be like. But what it seems to be Doctor Who is doing at the moment is just kind of calling everyone a shithead and saying capitalism will turn you into a space zombie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there is a pretty stark difference between like Logan's World in the 70s, where it was a single corporation literally bought out the human race and enslaved them under its corporate rule, essentially. And then just capitalism in general turns you into a zombie. That's not even the same really element. I mean,
I think what he said in the end was something along the lines of, this is the logical end to capitalism. He didn't even qualify that as just saying it was one evil company headed by an evil Lex Luthor type character. No, the clear message that he stated in no uncertain terms is that this is the end game for capitalism.
This is why McCarthyism happened, and this is why Hollywood was purged of communists.
Should we talk about Jodie Whittaker?
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
I've never watched Doctor Who, but what do you guys dislike or like that it's a woman now?
Should I? Okay.
I feel like you guys didn't really tell what you're
really
saying.
Talk about it yet.
Oh, okay, sorry. I jumped the gun.
So, what I think about it as it being a woman is, I don't really give a fuck as long as she's good. She's proven herself in Broadchurch, which is the most recent thing she's been in. She's done some really shit films, like the Centurion sequels and all that bullshit. But no, she seems all right. I think she fits the 3 criteria of what a Doctor Who should be, which is convincingly smart, dramatic, and have sex appeal, which she has. She has all of those things.
But does she have any comedic background? Is she going to be able to bring the funny to Doctor?
That's a good point.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm all down and fine with it being a woman. I don't really care either way. I mean, they set it up previously with the Master turning into Missy that, this could fucking happen. So, if you didn't see this coming, you're an idiot. But I'm all down. And if she does an excellent job, that's fucking brilliant. It's going to be awesome. But I don't know much about her. And my concern is, I still want David Tennant. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that she can bring all the sides of the Doctor that he is. If she can fully embody him, I am completely down and happy about it. But if she can't, that's just gonna really fuck things up.
If I was given the choice of all British actresses ever, because every British actress would take that role because it's the best role that any British actor or actress can get. Only recently an actress can get it. I would not have chosen her. I'd have chosen Izzy Sooty, by the way, but that's neither here nor there.
Wait, who's playing Doctor Who now?
Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Whittaker?
Look her up on IMDb, man. She was in Broadchurch. Do you get
Jodie
Broadchurch?
So
She's kind of old, huh?
my opinion on the whole thing is
Oh, she's hot.
why do they need to change it to a woman now?
Why not?
Yeah, why not, motherfucker?
Yeah, why not, man?
Why not? Because I am prejudiced against vaginas. Okay, I don't trust something that bleeds for a week and doesn't die.
I agree with
Okay.
that completely.
I can.
Maybe the thing is, maybe the whole woman being the Doctor right now is too convenient. The way that people are arguing about, feminism and all that other shit. Maybe it wasn't the right time for a female Doctor. I mean, I'm all for a female Doctor, but maybe it wasn't the right time.
Let me tell you why there's a female Doctor. There's a female Doctor because we're on this hangout now talking about it. It's a thing that everyone's going to say, oh, I'm excited to see the next season of Doctor Who.
Oh, you think
Because
they're
it's got
pulling the
this new
Ghostbusters?
exciting... Dude, it's all over the papers. They're putting Doctor Who in the news, and they knew exactly what would happen.
Yeah,
They-
they're smart.
All right. I'm going to sound really stupid here, but what's the premise behind Doctor Who? Because, like I said, I've only seen maybe 4 episodes ever.
I've never seen
Did I just come in and somebody asked to explain Doctor Who?
Oh, is Satan here? You fucking
Fucking awesome.
degenerate.
All-star cast. Okay, I'll explain Doctor Who since I'm doing all the talking. Doctor Who.
Yeah, how about we shut him up, right? Get him at you British fuck.
I can sum up the premise pretty quickly.
In
of
one
Doctor
sentence, do it.
All right, okay. There's this guy. He's from space. He's got 2 hearts, and he likes to fix things with a magic screwdriver that doesn't look like a screwdriver, and he can reincarnate every now and then. That's it.
And he kidnaps women.
He
He
does
does
not
very
kidnap
frequently actually
women.
kidnap women. But
Kinda
Okay,
does
okay,
kidnap
okay.
women.
Whoa, he can
And
reincarnate?
they all want a bonus.
Just
gives them
because
a
it's really just because it's really sexy when he does it doesn't mean it's not kidnapping.
it's Stockholm syndrome then
R.
every
Kelly,
time.
okay? This isn't like some sex cult, okay?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly is the next. He should have been the next one. The next Doctor Who.
How does he reincarnate?
Whenever he's about to die, like they don't exactly die. They kind of like heal themselves, but whenever they heal themselves, instead of just like becoming the exact same person, their body changes. So although it's the same
Lightning shoots out of
person,
his fingers.
So just because like magic or something?
no, it's because they're aliens. It's just
Because he
how
said-
like they have life cycles.
So they're magic
You're forgetting-
aliens.
Science.
He's
From the planet
Time Lord.
Gallifrey.
Just remember, he's a
That
Time
sounds
Lord.
dumb. This sounds dumb.
It is dumb.
It's goofy as shit, but it's really good. Like, and especially if you watched it at all when you were younger, like watching like the old Doctor Who stuff whenever you were a kid. The new stuff now is even better, even though it may not be as good if you had watched it without watching the earlier stuff. Like there's a whole lot of throwbacks to the old shit. Like just because I watched fucking Doctor Who every morning on KERA during the reruns and shit.
It's
But-
campy bollocks, and it knows it's campy bollocks, and I love it for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can appreciate the show for what it contributed to like geek culture and whatnot, but I tried getting into it multiple times. I just couldn't.
Oh, so you don't even like it, Cracker?
It sounds lame as like
That's the wrong Doctor.
I started at that 007 Doctor.
What?
Well, what's his face?
It's his stream. He fucking doesn't even like Doctor Who. What
What
the hell are we talking
double-
about then?
What do you mean
Shouldn't we
007
have just a bunch
Doctor?
Doctor
Wasn't
Who?
it the guy who played? No, he wasn't 007. He was
No, he wasn't.
fuck? What's this called?
What does he look like?
Does he look like a bitch?
All of them look like bitches except for the knife.
He
Is it a
has like
skinny little
short
British guy?
hair, leather coat, kind of a
Oh,
smart.
the first
Eccleston.
one kept
They
it.
did it?
Yeah, I like that one.
Are you talking about Jack Harkness?
I have no idea.
No, no.
Jack Harkness?
You're talking about the very first season when they restarted it up.
Oh,
And I
you
don't remember that guy's
Doctor.
name.
Yeah, the nice
No,
guy.
your guys' microphones.
Christopher Eccleston.
Probably not the good.
Yes, that's him.
Probably not the best.
That was
I
a pretty.
like the nice
That was a
Doctor,
shit season.
But
Oh, God.
That wasn't a bad season. Like the first couple episodes were cheesy as shit, but it was also a two episode pilot. So those first 2 episodes were shot like almost a year before the rest of it was shot.
Oh damn! It did
So-
get better throughout the season, but of course, you got hooked when David Tennant came in. That
Those
just cemented it. Gotta
Yeah,
love
it
it.
was much better.
This is my fighting hand.
I mean,
So-
he pushed the giant spider lady down a giant hole in the middle of the earth for like no reason. How can you not like Tennant now?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't for no reason. It was because he was mad.
Oh, it's
And
because- it's like
that's a good enough reason.
It's always
Did you
a
ever
good
see?
reason.
Did you ever see the episode where Rose is put into a computer simulation to spend her the rest of her life with a simulated version of David Tennant's Doctor? I want to live in that world.
I want to have one of those.
You're not talking about Rose. You're talking about fuck. What was her name? River. Like whenever you first meet River is whenever River dies.
No, I mean Rose. But River got to marry Doctor Who, which was I also want to be her for that.
I don't think it was quite a computer simulation. It was more like a.
It was a different
parallel
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, and then that's when those flying trash can things came and was like, oh, exterminate, and then
God,
somehow the universe, one of the
fucking-
universes died.
Okay, if they were flying trash cans, then people already would have killed them all. So the Daleks aren't trash cans.
Well, no, they're more high tech than the average everyday trash can. But this was also
They're not just trash cans. They're octopuses in trash cans.
Oh, there you go.
Daleks?
So it was a Cthulhu army. Okay, I get it.
And you got the Cybermen too.
Have a shitty like a shitty main villain.
Well, it was made in the 70s, baby. Everyone was high back then.
Dude, I would rather have the Cybermen than the Daleks as a main villain.
Literally, in the old days, they were just taking LSD in some quarry in Wales, and that was basically the entire show.
I mean, can we all agree that this injection of SJW ideals into our media is kind of bullshit?
In general, yeah. Overall, it's kind of like you know that they're not making it a
I'm
woman.
actually pissed about the Doctor, the new one.
Oh yeah, Anna Zarkeesian said, "Why isn't the Doctor a person of color or like trans or something?"
She'll get offended at anything.
Of course she said that. She's a troll.
Oh my god.
Fucking idiot.
No, she's not a troll. Like
She is a
because
troll.
to be a troll, you have to have some level of intelligence to be able to understand what other people
No, you
think.
don't. I've met
What,
plenty of dumb
what
trolls.
is the current narrative, whatever,
I'm a dumb troll.
and then be able to find what it is that'll get you
She knows what
popular
she's
and will
doing.
get a rise of
Shut
people.
up. Stop,
She's too
stop.
fucking stupid.
She
to
knows
know.
what she's doing. She's smart.
A troll has to have a sense of
Come on.
humor. She has no sense of humor. She's
No, a troll.
deadpan.
No, I've met unfunny
Oh.
trolls too.
Well, just
Wow.
give her the Chris Ray gun and give her the good
That's
old
what she
right-wing
needs.
penis.
Yeah.
She knows that riling people up will perpetuate her work and keep
Oh,
getting
of
her bullshit
course.
funding.
Get
Yes.
her more money.
She's a meme. Don't talk to her. Getting back on track, I don't even care what ideology a show's pushing. What I want from Doctor Who is campy bollocks, and that I don't want to be given someone's ideology, someone's thesis on what the world should be. I want him to fight an alien, not racism. Please, just give me the aliens.
Well, to be fair, like, and not even just like in the modern reboots, like since Eccleston, or since the Ninth Doctor, like it's Doctor Who in the past 54 years now has always been super kind of lefty social justice-y in a way, but it was done Doctor Who style up until like this last season, which one of the villains was capitalism.
It's switched over, I think, from a classic sort of British left-wing way of thinking to what is the more sort of global social justice style. I think it always had a left-leaning. Publicly funded program is always going to have a left-leaning, but when it's kind of gotten into all this intersectionality bullshit, which is no better or worse. I don't make a value judgment on their ideology. They're free to express it all they want, but it's fucking cringy, and I'm bored of it.
Well, I seriously, like, because there's a few of you in here that are actually Doctor Who fans, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of the ones of you that are actually Doctor Who fans, are you upset that there's going to be a woman Doctor?
No.
Nope.
Okay, awesome. Good. That's basically what I've gotten. Like anyone who has actually watched the show and knows anything about it doesn't give a shit.
There's no unique maleness about the Doctor Who.
Except the fact that he's been kind of a horny fucker and has been making babies and fucking people like throughout all of space and time and shit.
No,
so,
the thing is, everyone
outside
wants
of
to fuck him.
that,
That's Jack Harkness. That's not the Doctor. That's Jack Harkness.
no, that's him too. Like they toned it down a bit, but like especially like some of the older versions, he was fucking everything. Like even like the first Doctor, the old dude. Like the first thing you see of him is him with the granddaughters, and then some other people that he's always picking up, and then they disappear after this after weird moments. Like it was like the that era's time, like or way of saying like, yeah, they fucked, and we're not going to mention that because that's not very proper. So yeah,
let's put it in context. The Doctor lives in a world where literally everyone here who he encounters wants to fuck him. He fucks a remarkably few amount of time for the amount of people who want to fuck him. Because everyone wants to fuck him. Everyone he meets wants to fuck him.
Real quick? Can I just
especially Martha. Poor Martha.
Hey, Jim, go ahead and invite your friend. I sent you the link.
Oh, okay.
So,
Is your friend the white YouTuber?
No, it's Politipod.
Oh, good. Why?
and no one says,
Hey,
no
we
one
don't
says
have
the
to.
C word.
We don't
okay?
have to.
Catholicism?
No, laugh.
Can't say cunt.
Because Whitey would come on, man. No one say it, no one think it. As soon as you say it, Whitey will appear.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Now you're making me think it.
So, do you guys think that the whole premise behind the fact that there is a woman doctor right now, is it because they felt like, hey, let's just make the show different, let's change things up because it's dying and it needs some fresh air? Or did they do it simply to be part of the mainstream ultra leftist push?
They did it to be in the news.
I'm guessing prep fresh air.
I think it's for both reasons.
Honestly, I kind of saw it coming, especially since they went young, very old Doctor. So I figured there was going to be something a bit different about the new one anyway.
It was in the.
I figured it was going to either be a redhead, because he's always supposed to have been a ginger and he still hasn't been a ginger yet, a woman, or a black guy. I figured one of those three things was going to happen.
I don't like it how, your sex shouldn't define a character, you know what I mean? It shouldn't impact the story at all. I don't care if a character is gay, bi, trans, or whatever, but if it has nothing to do with the story, I want nothing to do with it, you know what I mean?
Can I interject on that?
No.
Well,
Yes.
it hasn't.
The correct hair color, you would care?
I mean, no.
You were mad about Mary Jane being the way that she was.
Well, she's not supposed to be a fucking black chick. She's supposed to be a redhead. A redhead, a ginger, a person with no soul. Don't even get me started on that.
It's supposed to be marijuana.
Whoa, hold on. Are you saying black people have souls? Come on now.
No, I said gingers don't have souls.
No, are you saying black people do?
Wait,
I think,
yeah.
I think he is humanizing the lower forms.
Projecting. I'm just hoping with the female doctor that we get some lesbian action.
Dude, did you not see how the companion, whatever her fucking name is, wanted to fuck that puddle woman?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Ran out of a puddle.
Well, you
She
know,
was way
they're
into that. She
doing
wanted
it
to
now.
burn that shit.
They're doing it now. You didn't get to see anything but a kiss. I want the doctor to get some lesbian action. That's what I want.
I'm in.
The thing is, though, like now that like they have to bring back Captain Jack, though.
I wish.
And he has to wear a dress.
They need to bring back Torchwood, period. I miss Torchwood.
With the way they ended it, they can't.
I know, but still, I miss it so
The
bad.
face
I
of
tell you
Bo,
what,
man. The face of Bo.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. By the way it sounds, though, if they were to bring in lesbian action, it's got to be the low, dull, and boring shit.
Yeah, no sex, please. We're British. Just a peck on the cheek.
That's how they make babies, you know.
Yeah,
That's how you make British babies, pecks on the cheek.
that's what we do. We say, "Good evening, my lady," and tip our little bowler hats, and then a baby appears in it.
Nice. If it was only that easy, that'd be awesome.
That's what it is. No one has sex in Britain. No one does anything outside of saying good morning to Raj in the corner shop. It's all anyone does.
That's not true. I've seen the BBC. I've heard people yell Allah Akbar.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, the whole. I really don't care that she's a female. It's just, yeah, it wasn't the right time to do it.
It's the right time to do it. But it would get ratings. Probably, okay. People who broadcast Doctor Who, they don't give two shits about the people as long as it's giving them money.
Cash cow, yeah.
Yeah, so this is basically a cash cow. This is what's in it. Feminism is what's in.
Is it though?
It makes money.
All those bleeding heart vaginas.
Please.
Yeah,
Well, there was something that Scrump Monkey posted earlier, and it was his prediction on what was going to happen with the new Doctor Who thing, and he did it in 9 phases, or like 9 stages or whatever, and the first one is announce the Doctor and then like promote moral outrage about the fact that it's a woman Doctor, and it all ended up with being like it's like. I haven't seen all 9 of these things happen with any one event, but I've seen all these different things happen in different stories, and like at least 4 or 5 out of all of these different things. But I can, with the way they're setting this up, I can almost guarantee he was right, and I'm gonna call his prediction now. Like I'll put money on the fact that dude is exactly fucking right. They announce it, and then they're going to sit there and take these 4 or 5 tweets from these anonymous users and sit there and talk about how there's so much misogyny and everyone is getting so much hate, and because of all the controversy and bullshit that they're going to drum up because of it, it's going to make the first part of this season, it's going to be one of the most watched seasons that they'll have in a while, and they'll hold that up as being this great fucking see, this is why we need to do more things like this, because it's great for ratings, and then once it falls off, they're going to like they'll double down on it, and they'll blame the bigots and the haters and the mean trolls on the internet for the reason why it's like they'll take no responsibility for it whatsoever. They won't understand why it's happening, or they'll pretend not to understand why it's happening. And then they'll sit there and drum up more outrage and more say, oh well, see, like look at how she's getting so much hate online and all the mean people.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened with those with Wonder Woman and the female only screenings. No one gave a fuck about that. No one cares about ladies' night at the cinema, apart from like maybe 2 or 3 assholes on Twitter, and they spread that shit around like wildfire. And they made it a controversy, so everyone had to purchase their product as a way of freedom fighting. And it's bullshit.
To be fair, that one bugged me. That bugged me, not because of any.
Why?
It wasn't any moral outrage. It was just that's fucking stupid. That's fucking retarded.
If they said we're doing lads' night at the cinema and we're all going to sit in and watch RoboCop, no one would give a fuck.
I think that's fucking stupid too.
It is, but who cares?
like I said, there was no moral outrage involved with me, but it was like that's a retarded idea. That's the most moronic thing I've heard in a fucking long time, and I spend all my time on the internet looking for stupid shit.
I struggle to expend any brain capacity on that as an issue. People going to see a film and not having people of the other gender in it. Okay, I don't care. They show the film all day. This isn't a civil rights issue. Just do whatever you want. See the fucking film.
Yeah,
or don't.
Like, aside from like Wonder Woman, then like let's focus on like maybe like Ghostbusters, where they.
Why are we gonna do that? No one else did.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying like. It'll be like they don't even have to care about the quality of their writing because they've already checked all of their progressive checkboxes. And so it'll be more like Ghostbusters than Wonder Woman. People were upset, yeah, whatever, that's stupid, people can't attend the thing, but the movie was decent.
No.
Ghostbusters.
Wonder Woman actually was really
Ghostbusters
good.
was shit, dude.
I hated Wonder
It
Woman.
was shit. It wasn't funny.
You hated Wonder Woman?
No,
Yes, I
Ghostbusters.
did.
Oh, Wonder Woman was pretty good.
I haven't seen
I
Wonder
did.
Woman yet. But
Yeah, I like Wonder Woman. And I saw
Yeah, dude.
Ghostbusters too, and Ghostbusters was atrocious. They didn't even try because they were so focused on just, making sure they hit the political check marks. And I think that's what Doctor Who is going to do as well. They're going to hit the check marks and sacrifice actual talented writing.
What it was consumption as activism. And if anyone falls for that, they're fucking retarded. And it's dangerous that we live in a world where people are so stupid that they can have companies have one over on them by making them think consuming their product is an act of activism. It's
Well, I don't think you
ridiculous.
understand how stupid my country is. It was like 30% of our country thinks that chocolate milk comes from brown cows, and that was from adults. So people are freaking dumb.
It doesn't?
People just don't want to think. They don't want to use their brains. They just want to hand fed to them, just telling them what to do and say and think. They don't want to think for themselves. They're lazy as fuck.
They want to consume, and when they're told they're a good person for consuming a product, well, then they win because they get to feel good about themselves, joke themselves off for a second, and the company wins because they make money. The only person who loses is society, and rest in peace, society.
I mean, as a whole, with the whole, in regards to interjecting SJW bullshit into the media, it's really infuriating to me because I just want good stories. I just want good character development. And God forbid someone goes on a rant about fucking white privilege and white man and whatever. But
I just want explosions.
About this.
Yes.
getting better
Guns
writing.
and blood.
I mean, we're arguing about the, white writers and stuff, but, what's the solution? I mean, what would be a very, well, you think that Wonder Woman went in the right direction?
Yeah, of course.
For, like how Black Panther is going in the right direction for, like, black movies?
I was gonna make a "We Was Kings" joke, but I'll refrain.
I think the knee-jerk response of thinking everything with a liberal agenda is dodgy, is a dodgy position to take, because filmmakers are always going to have their agenda and their ideas, and they're always going to express them in their films, and that's okay. When something's overrepresented and when something's exploitative and disingenuous, or promotes something that is untrue, that's when we need to worry about it. And cringy is one thing, but things like Ghostbusters, I think, are actually harmful. I don't think Doctor Who is harmful. I just think it's cringy at worst.
We can also make
How was Ghostbusters harmful?
Because what it did is it promoted consuming a product as a piece of activism, which is a,
Oh,
is
okay,
a dangerous
well,
road to go down.
Well, that wasn't the movie. That was the bedroom feminists and the everything that happened afterwards and the media.
It was
outlets. That wasn't
orchestrated
actually
by
the
the PR
movie.
It was orchestrated
Okay, yeah.
by the PR team. They had, once they got the dislikes on that trailer, they ran with it, and they ran with it hard. And we saw them try to emulate it with Wonder Woman. I think that's what that was with the women-only screening. I think they're testing the waters and how they can make people not only enjoy their product, but think they're good people for consuming their product and think it's a piece of activism, which is dangerous.
Which is also what Mass Effect Andromeda did with the fact that they said, hey, by the way, now our team developing the game is also diverse, and therefore our game is better. And if you don't buy it, you are a bad person.
Yeah, that was wrong. I forgot the name of the guy who was working on it, but he was a racist piece of shit. Like, it's some like I forgot his nationality. I think he was like Pakistani, maybe. I'm not sure, but he was like super anti-white, and I'm like, dude, are you for real?
Yeah, and then like the game itself, it was just like constantly like showing you how bad it was.
You know what, though? It doesn't matter. The TV show, the game, good and it's fun. I don't care for
Alright, there's an echo. Someone's echoing.
or the fucking gender. I could care fuck all as long as it's good at the end of the day.
Oh, Jesus.
All I know is whoever was in
Megan, never
charge,
talk again, okay?
whoever was in charge of the physics in Andromeda, fucking broke it.
Yeah,
That
what up,
game
what
didn't
up, what
work
up?
for shit.
Fucking guys walking like they're autistic or something, like fucking crab. Like fucking
Well,
crab
yeah,
leg.
and like the joke was the game is so gay you can't even shoot straight. Like, and really, because like the physics of the game didn't work for shit. Like, yeah, there should be some fall off with bullets in games, whatever. Yeah, there should. Like, if you're shooting a long ass distance, it's fine. At some point, the bullet should drop. I get that. It shouldn't drop like 100 feet in front of you. Like, it shouldn't be hitting the ground. Like, if you're standing straight up, like, have a gun at your chest and you shoot straight, the gun shouldn't hit the fucking floor 100 feet away from you. That's retarded.
Yeah, and I'm scared that a lot of... Go ahead.
Nobody said anything.
So let's say hello to the new guy that just popped in here.
Fuck you, Politipod.
Go kill yourself, Ben Savage.
Hello, person. How are
How's
you?
it going? How are we all tonight?
Groovy.
Oh God, groovy.
I wish I'd
Your
never
mic's
said that.
really low, by the way.
Me?
Because
No,
I'm on my
put it
Okay.
Sam.
phone. Because I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ice and Wolf, do you have a channel?
Yeah,
Can you link it?
sure.
What about you, Stanley?
No, I don't have a channel. I'm just some schlub.
Some schlub.
In the description below.
I have a channel, Gemini. Do you want a link?
I think I'm already subbed to you, but yeah, link it in just in case.
No, you're not.
I have
You're not
to be.
I actually watched one of your episodes. Oh, I discovered your
Please,
channel earlier
please
today.
tell me it wasn't anything that I did last week, because I took all that shit down. Holy fuck, I was drunk. I think during the middle of a stream, I got in a fist fight with my brother, and I left the fucking stream running, and you can just hear us beating the shit out of each other for like 30 fucking minutes.
That's wonderful.
It was not. My face still hurts.
I remember one time Cracker streamed himself singing, and I DM'd him to take down the thing because it was just too embarrassing. He didn't even know he was doing it.
I wasn't paying attention. I thought I turned the stream off, and I was just doing something, and fucking, that was funny, yeah.
Me and 3 other people saw it. These people are they're out there, and they know.
And I know my terrible singing voice.
Yeah.
But What I was gonna say earlier, back with like Andromeda and Doctor Who and all that, is when shows or when production get really, really social justice-y, they really like to go all out with it. They don't just subtly hint at it. They start firing talented people because they're not diverse enough in the production agency. So it's like, oh, that white guy that is a fantastic writer, he's out. Hire the next lesbian black woman you can find. I don't care if she can't, like, dropped out of middle school and can't spell.
But works to my favor though, because you got the poetic justice of all these things fucking sucking. They suck so hard. These things that push an agenda too hard, they fucking suck. They're not good as films or pieces of media, which is beautiful.
Yeah, but then you're not allowed to dislike them, or you're a horrible person, and so then everybody feels obligated to leave a really good review. Like, Andromeda still has like an 8 out of 10 universally.
That's ridiculous. That's more of the consumption as activism thing I was talking about a second ago. It's ridiculous, it's dangerous, and it's stupid that people fall for it.
When it costs people jobs, people that are talented, like, who cares what they look like, who cares what their ideas are? If they're talented at their job, you shouldn't fire them so you can hire somebody else that fits their physical requirements when there's nothing physical about the job is behind the scenes. And then you mix that with the activism thing that you're talking about, and you just ruin everything. Like, you can't play a video game now without being reminded that people that can't make video games are now being paid specifically to make games that are bad, and you're not allowed to hate it. Or make TV shows that you used to like, and now you can't watch it anymore. Watch a movie franchise that you loved as a kid, but now it's screwed up and awful. And that's just all sections of media.
You know, guys, speaking of games, has anyone seen the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer?
Don't they have like 1 million of them that they released over the course of?
It's pretty dope.
It didn't look bad for a Kingdom Hearts trailer. Like, everyone's knocking it, and I don't get why, because it looks very similar, but just better quality to the other Kingdom Hearts trailers. Like, they don't really show a whole lot of gameplay. It's really just look who's in the game now. Look who we added.
If we don't get a Star Wars level, I'm gonna riot. I swear to God, make it happen, Disney.
Oh, that'd be cool, actually.
Actually, like, if they add Star Wars, I hope they don't, because there's not gonna be a way they don't fuck that up.
Yeah, they probably would suck at me.
I heard the Disney Star Wars shit the bed.
Yeah. So Star Wars level in Kingdom Hearts 3, Baldur's Fallen. There he is. Fuck. But anyway, I think as a consumer, we still have the choice of whether to support these kind of shows or games or whatnot that have these SJW things in them.
Can I rep this guy? Sorry, go ahead.
We have to use our wallet to protest. You know what I mean? You just don't buy these things. And eventually they'll wise up and go back to the things that we actually enjoy consuming. What? Why?
You didn't hear?
No, I didn't hear.
Walmart promoted a wig, like a wig net, and the color said nigger brown.
Oh God!
I saw that.
Yeah.
Nigger brown.
It was black, tan, and nigger brown.
Highbrow.
It was too late. Like,
That's
to apologize, but they're like, nope.
That's adorable. that's fucking adorable.
Oh my God.
What's going on?
Oh.
Can I?
No, but it's true.
For real, it said nigger brown.
Nigger brown.
I wanna get the chat on side. I'm gonna rep this guy who's a smart guy. I measure smartness on how frequently they agree with me. This guy Jackrad in the chat, he's a smart boy. Listen to Jackrad in the chat. He's a smart boy. Talking about Ghostbusters and activism through consumption, and he's a clever boy like me.
You are clever, classical liberal.
Rep Jackrad.
Is that me with all the background noise?
I think that might have been me. I opened up my fridge to get another beer.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Because I couldn't hear.
yeah, it is what it is, and I think to stop these guys from interjecting, like I said before, all this SJW bullshit, we should protest with our wallets. And I think with Doctor Who, a lot of the fans didn't want a female doctor because their fan fictions are now null and void.
See, I don't think so, because at this point, I thought that for about like 5 minutes, and then I thought about how deep the fandoms go, especially with the fandom for Doctor Who. No, they won't even skip a beat. They will have lesbian doctor sex written and drawn up within like the next 2 hours.
Speaking of fandoms, though, Steven Universe, that fandom is the most fucking toxic shit I've ever immersed myself in. Ow!
I got a friend of mine. He is my favorite fag in the entire world, and we agree on almost everything except for the fact that that show is good. He thinks it is, and I know it's not.
No, yeah.
It is the most ridiculous fucking thing in the world, and like we agree on fucking everything except for that. Like, he hates social justice, but even with all the social justice crap, he still just loves the shit out of this show, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
But I love the show.
Oh, you're a bad person.
What show?
Sent to everyone. I mean, hey guys, how do I make it so when someone talks, their profile comes up?
Do you have it? Is it just showing your profile right now?
Yeah, from what I'm seeing.
Stop presenting yourself.
How do I do that?
There's, I don't know what system you're running on it right now or which version of the Hangouts you're using, so I have no idea. There's like 12 different ways to fix that.
Okay.
The police told me that when I was flashing in the street. Stop presenting yourself.
I thought they didn't do that in Britannia.
It's free. It's free. Anyone can flash themselves in the street. It's the libertarian paradise.
I want to go there then.
I thought that was Sweden.
Sweden is the libertarian flashing paradise.
Yeah,
Can I-
Sweden is like a fish farewell tour. It's like an all-you-can-rate buffet.
But what if I want to carry a butternut with me?
Can I
Then you're fucked. Literally.
can I direct us slightly towards the topic?
Sure.
I've just had another thought. I think that an important issue is the effect of Tumblr fandoms on the showrunners and writing staff. It's insane. Using, say, Sherlock as a case study, that show was fucked in the arse by the stupid Tumblr fandom.
Literally.
Getting overhyped over everything and taking everything really seriously and pushing and because it's Tumblr, pushing their stupid agenda. I think because they're very vocal, all the Tumblr girls who love Doctor Who, and you know they're out there, I think somewhat, not just the showrunners and producers trying to show off their views, but also trying to mirror and the views of the Tumblr people and impress them. Tumblr little girls.
Well, I'll add this. Like, there's definitely a case to be made that like it can ruin the hell out of shows, like it did with fucking Sherlock. Like it's had way too much of an effect on Sherlock, and you can see the difference, especially just like within the like that long ass break they had between season 3 and season 4. When it came back for season 4, you can feel the difference in it.
Same showrunner as Doctor Who, by the way. So.
Yeah, but like I will say, there was a similar but very different case that happened with Supernatural. Because although the Tumblrettes and everything, they did have a whole lot of influence on that show in the later seasons, it didn't it didn't take the craziest shit. They never took the Sam and Dean ship seriously, even though that's what apparently most of the fucking fans wanted to see, which is just fucking. They're fucking brothers. Don't do that. That's just gross. But like they took a lot of the weird fandom crap and put it in these little like jokes and like little what the hell they're called, the little notice me type, like I want to say Easter eggs, but they're not really Easter eggs type of things.
Yeah,
in the
well,
show.
I know what you mean.
And it's made it worked for the better for that show at least.
Yeah, you made fun of the fandom in one season.
Supernatural is a good show. I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Hey, I'm gonna drop out, drop back in. You guys are all roboting for me.
What? Hey, you okay, dude? You kind of cut out there.
No, he's saying he's gonna disconnect and reconnect because he can't hear us. We're all sounding robot, like he's sounding robot to us. So.
Okay.
Also, what the fuck? 9 likes, 10 dislikes on this stream. Get your fucking act together.
It's cool. It's the dislike squad.
I know, but we can beat the bot, man. Everyone in the chat, don't leave me here. Like this stream, validate me and my boy, the Critical Cracker.
All right,
Yo,
I'm gonna go dislike it just because of that.
I'm your boy. Man, it'd be hilarious if I spoke like a black dude. I made videos. Like,
I think that would be very irritating. Oh, I can see the corner of someone's room.
It's the pagan. Hey, that's a nice wall. That's a nice corner.
Thank you.
That's a very nice corner. I mean, Jim. I think Jim is busy at the moment. He hasn't said anything.
No, I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
No, we were just falling asleep listening about Doctor Who.
Yeah, I just don't watch it, so I have nothing to add.
But, I appreciate all y'all guys coming on and talking about this, because this is something we need to talk about.
I will come on you whenever you want.
Not the face, because that shit stings.
Yeah.
How do you know?
That's classified.
Just close your eyes, man.
Yeah.
But then it sticks your eyelashes together and you can't get your fucking eye open.
Well, then just open your
Take
mouth.
a shower.
Yeah, now take a shit. Open your mouth.
Not swallow that shit.
Say
But yeah, I mean,
yeah, Doctor Who is gay and Pagan has a baby in the background.
how old's the baby, Pagan?
That's one gay baby.
I'm muting him now.
He's
Oh, it's my boy Prince of Queens.
Prince of Queens, get rid of your fucking green,
Hello.
dude.
Get a new joke, dude. I had it first.
No, I don't care if you had it first. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, well, you are.
This is my brand color. You hear me?
My
Okay.
dick's the biggest.
Yeah, it's cool. College humor's back, I suppose.
Are you triggered?
Again, get a new joke.
I know. So what? I only see you once every fucking 2 months. Okay.
Yeah, I've had some stuff going on.
I can recycle it. Come on.
I mean, what's up, guy? What's up, Prince? How you doing, man? Long time no see. What you been up to?
I've been making videos about race realists, which is the new battleground of ideas in the skeptic community. If you guys haven't noticed.
Yeah, I've been actually doing a whole bunch of reading on it. Like I've been trying to stay away from watching the videos. I did watch a couple of the first ones that came out, and I watched yours because I figured you'd have a good take on it.
Thanks.
And I agree with a lot of things you said on it, but there was a few things. The Sam Harris and like I had actually listened to that podcast shortly before I watched your video, the one he did with the writer was Stanley or
Charles Murray.
Murray. There we go.
Wasn't Rage
Oh,
the
sorry,
storm that caused all the controversy about the race thing?
She was a big
she blew it up,
kickoff.
but yeah.
But Jeff Holiday had discussed it before that anyway, and yeah. Wait, what were you saying about the podcast though?
Oh no, like I definitely agree though, and that's a point that hadn't really been brought up a whole lot by most people, is the fact that although it's silly to think that if you take any large group of people and any other large group of people and then give them any type of test, that they will all have the exact same, like the average of either of them will be the exact same, whether it's off by a point or like 100 points, right? There's always going to be some difference in it. But the fact that like you brought up a couple of questions in how they do the testing and the validity of the testing, like that I hadn't actually thought of before, which was really interesting.
Yeah, I really was only making 2 points, which is one that, we can assume that the vast majority of race-based data around IQ tests comes from children, generally in public schools, because there's no way that you could get a massive sample size outside of public school standardized tests. And also, like, when the fucking hell else do you get IQ tests ever in your life? They only give them to you in elementary school. And so you have to think, like, this is something that's randomly given to kids. These kids aren't necessarily even trying hard because it's just another boring test. And people kept saying, well, as a response, they're like, well, isn't trying hard a metric of how smart you are? And it's like, oh, shut the fuck up. And then the other point I was making is that there's countless people singing the praises of these books, being like, singing the praises of the science based on the fact that supposedly the book The Bell Curve is infallible. But I don't believe that most of these people that are saying the praises have even actually read it or looked into it. Like somebody told them that this book is perfect and it's great science, and they listened to Sam Harris, and so they think it's perfect. But it's like, well, have you investigated it yourself? And I don't think that these people have. And I'm going to investigate it in the future, but those are my 2 points, and we should talk about something else.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool. Well, that's
if you ever want to talk about that at another time, though, I'd love to pick your brain about it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, see, me, I've been going after the vegans, so.
You're
Prince.
dying for that debate.
Prince.
Jim just left. He just got pizza, so it's just us. The topic is female Doctor Who, good, bad, SJW ideals, yada yada yada. So just to get you up, Prince, we've been discussing multiple things about how SJW ideals affect media, stuff we can consume and whatnot.
Especially like entertainment media, specifically.
Yeah.
Specifically entertainment media. But about the race thing, I have to research that because I don't want to come out and say something like an idiot, not actually doing research. But anyway, let's. What are your thoughts about the female Doctor Who, Prince?
I don't really care. I mean, I stopped watching after the season when he became an old guy. Like they had the
Peter
one
Capaldi?
episode. What?
Peter Capaldi?
I don't know, but they had that episode where it was like there was like a dinosaur or something, and I couldn't even finish the episode. I was like, oh god, fuck this, no. And so,
that's for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't watch, but I will say that like Doctor Who is one of the only shows that could successfully pull off a female Doctor, just because of the nature of the Time Lords, and they could, and also due to the ever shifting understanding of the universe that happens. It could be like, oh well, Time Lords are never supposed to be women. Oh yeah, but we discovered this ancient artifact that says once every so and so in the time stream it switches and blah blah blah, and that could become a part of the plot. So they could successfully pull it off.
And I mean, like it's pretty established canon that Time Lords can be both male and female.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like hell, just recently, or like 3 years ago, the Master, whenever he came back as a woman. Now he's, instead of being the Master, he's Missy.
Also,
See, I don't remember.
when
She's
he
awesome.
reincarnated into Matt Smith's Doctor, he felt his hair at one point and said, "Am I a girl? I've never been a girl before." So implying that it is possible. And they were talking about it in the British press before we landed on Peter Capaldi. it was in the works that there might be a female Doctor. This is not a new thing. This is not a surprising thing, and I'm suspicious of anyone who cares about it to a great degree. I think it's interesting, and I think it's something that we should talk about in a wider context. But I struggle to be offended.
I think
my biggest issue with this whole thing is the moral fagging that's going on, and the faux outrage of see, this one tweet out of like 10,000 is saying something shitty about it, so now everyone is racist and sexist and homophobic because there's one tweet out of 1,000 that's saying something negative about it.
Yeah, it's like it's like a little girl, sorry, I'm not coming. I'm a little bit groggy. Metaphors are not coming out super. Like, let's say there's a group of boys playing some sort of game of flyers up or whatever you fucking play with a ball, and some little girl runs into the middle and pretends to like, oh my god, one of the boys bumped into me, I'm gonna tell the teacher. And they're like, oh well, you can play with us if you want to, like, we didn't. And she's like, really? Well, no, I'd rather cry. It's like, no, we don't care. Nobody cares that the female, and they did the same thing with Wonder Woman. They actually published stories. I believe they published a story about how, in general, male geeks ended up liking the Wonder Woman story, and so they published articles that were like, imagine our shock. Male geeks actually like a strong female, and it was like, fuck you guys. Like, geeks like Wonder Woman, and she's always been a woman. It's not the same as Ghostbusters. Get the fuck over it.
Well,
yeah, Wonder Woman has always been a...
Speaking of female leads, though, Rogue One and Star Wars, I got behind that 100%. I thought she was a badass.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Sci-fi has a history of great female leads. It's not an issue. No one thinks it's an issue. The fans of Wonder Woman, because it's a comic book, were probably mainly male, and they love the character. There's not a huge outrage against women being in sci-fi media. No one cares. It's fine.
Do you know why they have a history of being the very strong females in sci-fi?
What's that?
Because sci-fi takes after because sci-fi takes after westerns, almost like they're almost the exact same thing. The only thing that is different is the setting. I mean, and they're even shot very similarly, like with the thirds, like the 2/3 and the third horizon line, everything, like they're shot very similarly. And in westerns, you always have there's two very crucial female roles that are in almost every single western. There is the virtuous whore and the matriarch.
I am a virtuous whore. That is my new online handle, virtuous whore. Hit me up on YouTube, youtube.com/virtuous whore.
Well, and then like since sci-fi, because that wasn't like it didn't even show up, because westerns had been around since the dawn of movies. Westerns didn't really show up until like really actually become a defined genre until like the 50s. And it wasn't until like the 80s or so, like late 80s, maybe in late 70s, early 80s, that there was a third like core female character in the sci-fi western genre, and it was the badass. And since then, there's always been badass women in westerns and sci-fi.
Aliens. I mean, except the last two movies, because those were just hot garbage. But yeah,
the first one.
And like think of it like this way, like take everyone's seen Firefly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you have the soft kitten, like whatever with Kaylee. You have the matriarch with what was Zoe? No shit. Yeah, Zoe. You have the virtuous whore with Inara, and you have the badass with River.
Well, I think in my experience, at least, most sci-fi geeky guys like a strong woman in general. At least all the ones I've met, they are attracted to a strong, assertive woman. I think that's plays a part in that.
Get to the chopper.
They like
So
Ripley.
my question.
Arnie
My
is my
question
dream
was-
woman.
All right, my question was: this Doctor Who, this actress coming up, is she a good actress? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
I don't remember her in anything. Apparently,
Can
I've
we-
seen a lot of things she's been in, but I don't remember her. So that doesn't speak a lot
She was
to my
in
praises.
Broadchurch, and she was bloody good. She was bloody good in Broadchurch. She was also in the masterpiece, the 2007 St. Trinian's reboot.
Wait, she was in Broadchurch?
Yeah, she was in Broadchurch, yeah.
Who is she in Broadchurch? Wait, hold on. Was she the mom of the boy?
She was Beth. What's her? I don't know. I'm scrolling through IMDb now.
I mean,
Shit, I don't remember her in Broadchurch.
She was
Everything else that everyone pulled up about her being in, like I remember I had seen a lot of it, but I didn't remember seeing that one.
Well, she was for sure in Broadchurch, dude.
I'll have to go back and watch that again because I don't remember her.
It's on her IMDb. I'm on her IMDb right now. I didn't lie to you.
All right. Well, yeah, but no, I liked Broadchurch, so I'll also have to go back and watch that again because like I've only watched that through once, and that seems like one of those it'd be interesting to watch through again, like already knowing what happens, and kind of catch all the details that I missed.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah. I don't think anybody is actually upset that it's the actress that it is, and I don't think anybody's actually upset that it's a girl, except for, of course, you know, the four like super diehard of their own specific interpretation of the fandom. But like, most people seem to actually be upset that it's a white woman. Like, far more people seem to be upset that the woman is white than the fact that it's a woman. And no one's talking about that.
We mustn't forget, since we're being called misogynists and racists all the time, that misogynists and racists do actually exist. And they're assholes. And we shouldn't align ourselves with them just because of our mutual hatred of SJWs. But also, on the other side, SJWs are being absolute assholes. Who was it who mentioned that Anita Sarkeesian is getting angry because she's white and everyone's getting... They're perpetually outraged and they're just really pissy and they're gonna try and stamp on everyone indiscriminately. Racists and sexists and normal Joes like us alike.
Well, they're just children having a hissy fit, wanting a piece of candy, and mom's telling them no.
They always get the candy. They always get the candy.
I really don't think that any of the people that are like genuinely upset or genuinely mad that Doctor Who is going to be a woman are really Doctor Who fans. Like they may have been people who watched the show a little bit here and there throughout the years, maybe, but most of like the actual fans of the show that have seen every fucking episode don't give a shit because they understand how the world, like the universe and Doctor Who actually works. So they don't give a shit. I don't think there's any genuine fans that are legitimately upset.
No, I mean, like, everything in the show is
I'm
possible.
not considered a fan. I've watched it before a few times. I don't care that the Doctor's female.
Because the Doctor is in no way uniquely male. He's not a particularly masculine or feminine character. In fact, he's completely transcendent of those ideas. He's more of a god type character.
I know what you mean, but that's a bad word to use. Like, especially like in today's context, because like that means so many different things to different people, and it's very specific still, even with its vagueness. So saying trans, I know what you mean by that, but it's a bit an awkward word in this context.
I don't mean he's genderless. I just mean that it doesn't make any difference. No unique. Yeah. He doesn't gain any unique qualities from his maleness or his femininity. He's
gender queer.
He's not gender queer, but gender isn't a problem, an issue in his world. Gender doesn't play in. It's not an issue that he has to deal with in any way.
Well,
he
now he's
doesn't.
trapped in
He
a
doesn't get his dick stuck in doorways. He's never. It's fine. It's fine.
Franks and beans. Franks and beans.
Be like, oh crikey, my dick is stuck in the doorway.
She was. She also.
Why'd you make him Australian? why was that character Australian?
That's what the SJW want. They want a transgender Australian person of color to be the next.
All white people are the same.
Disabled as well.
He has transcended accents. All right.
She was also Sam.
all
in
planets
Attack
have
the
a
Block.
north.
But I don't know why I did Australian. I meant to do British, but they're kind of the same for me.
What a cunt.
I mean, if we had that dude from Australia, the religious guy, he would probably go off on me again.
That one religious guy from Australia.
You remember
Ham?
him in that chat room? Were you in the room?
I don't remember.
You
You're
know,
talking about Ken Ham?
maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I made the offhand comment that, as a joke, that Australians are descended from criminals or whatever.
They
The
are.
dude went off. The dude went off.
They
All
literally
criminals too. They're shit tier Brits. That's what they are. They're scum Brits.
I think I know who you're talking about. Was this Godbotherer?
I think so. I think he had like a plane for an avatar or something.
Oh, maybe not. I think he still has the lizard avatar. Or the iguana, sorry, not the lizard. He gets all fucking butthurt about that. But yeah, like, me and Godbother don't like each other. He thinks I'm a dick, and I know he's a dick.
I mean,
A lizard anyway?
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, let's be all honest here with the whole female Doctor Who. True fans don't give a crap, and some casual fans, some casual people like myself, don't give a shit either. I think what I'm more worried about is the interjection of SJW ideals into entertainment media.
And also in Doctor Who, not just the interjection of SJW ideas with all the being a black lesbian fighting space racism, but also the weird, really overt socialist undertones with taking down capitalism, which as a natural end to capitalism turns you into spacesuit zombies who strangle people to preserve oxygen.
With that, aren't you? Why does it you so much?
What the hell is happening?
I don't know. Cecily's talking to someone.
I was
Well,
talking
okay,
to
yeah.
Stanley.
Yeah, I mean, like that
Did someone say
episode-
something to me?
That
Yes, I
episode
did.
where capitalism was the villain of the episode. Okay, yeah, that was fucking retarded. Like there's no other word. That was fucking retarded. But I'm less worried of like the fact that they're putting the super lefty things in entertainment media. Fine, like if there are people that are wanting to pay to put that kind of entertainment out, fine, let them do that. What I think is a bit more of a problem than that, I'm not a huge fan of that, but fine, like I'm not gonna say you can't do that. It would be hypocritical for me to say that. But for you to like what happened with The Last Man Standing, right? That Tim Allen show. They were canceled almost entirely based on Tim Allen's support of Donald Trump. That was basically the only fucking reason that they gave.
That's not even offensive to me. It's just silly. Why? Why have they done this? What for? What possible benefit can it have to them, apart from just stirring shit and being irritating?
Well, that's the golden answer, isn't it? You know.
I genuinely think that's part of what this SJW stuff is. They just like inconveniencing people and making a scene.
Because they're cunts.
It's just being pissy and annoying.
It all has to be about their narrative.
In Britain, you have to pay for in order to like watch TV. Period. I mean, I'm so used to just
Your TV license, yeah.
Yeah, but our TV's actually fucking half decent and not some bullshit that's bought out and heavily associated to politicians. Ours is by design separated from politics, and in its constitution has to call itself out as well, which it does brilliantly. Rep the feedback program on Radio 4. I think the BBC is a good system. I don't mind paying my TV license. I think it's well worth it. And it's not like you have to buy cable to get the BBC or anything. You just get it. You just pay for your TV license and you got it. And everyone has it. And also ITV, but who cares?
Stanley, I've been reading a couple articles. Apparently, there's been a lot of acid attack lately in the UK.
Yes. So you don't. There's a knee jerk to think that's Islam related. It is in some part Islam related, but mainly it's just because you can. It's mainly gang related and street violence related because you can carry around a bottle full of clear liquid and not be stopped by the police, and then because it's acid, there's absolutely no DNA attached to it. So really, it's an unhealthy trend. That's very dangerous. It's a cool way of killing people, I guess.
I mean, you also be able to carry guns like us and kill each other proper.
No, thank you. No, thank you. You can keep your guns.
I'll keep my AR-15. Don't you worry.
I don't want them. I'm not going to come around and take them. Just don't bring them to my house when I have you over for tea. Just stay away. Stay away with your weapons of murder.
I mean, I'm going boar hunting with it this summer. I'm going to pay the guy. I was talking to one of the tour guides. We have wild boar where I'm at, and they're considered a pest. So you don't need a license or anything to hunt them.
I've seen your gun, dude, and that is a phallic symbol if I've ever seen one. It's fucking ridiculous.
My AR-15?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is it the updated one? Because I bought a red scope, red dot sight for it.
I didn't think I saw that when I think you posted it on Twitter one time, and I was like, wow, what a cool boy. He's got a gun. Don't shoot me, please.
No, it's not like that at all. I have it for work. I'm an armed security guard, and where I was at the time.
Wait, so you for your security guard job, you carry an AR-15? What the fuck?
No, not on me. I put it in the trunk in case someone comes in with more than a handgun. Because on my previous job, I had to wear body armor, and that would only stop up to 45, maybe a 357.
Do you guys want to talk about guns instead? Because I can talk for hours on that shit, and you guys are crazy.
Could. But
no, I won't derail the stream. I won't derail the stream with my British rhetoric.
Now, wait a second. Where's wild boar at in the country?
Let's talk about guns, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about guns. So I kept my AR-15 in the trunk just in case someone came in with something more powerful than a handgun. Because let's be honest, if someone came in with a shotgun or a long gun, my body armor is not going to do shit, and neither is my handgun. Because chances are good that they're wearing body armor too, and their main directive is to fuck my shit up. So I'm gonna protect myself the best of my ability, and my AR-15 with armor-piercing rounds will do that.
Can I lay down my general position on guns, just to give you a foundation on how to argue against me, because I have a feeling you guys are going to disagree with me. If I can spot a pattern.
We're Americans, and it's built into our DNA.
I totally agree. What I think is in America is if you were to say ban all guns, no one can buy any more guns, then only criminals would have them, and they would still be shootings. It's just people wouldn't be able to defend themselves from it. That would be ridiculous. Okay, but the general rhetoric around guns in America, I find as wholly ridiculous. People talking about, using their guns to defend themselves from the government, which is ridiculous. No one can kill the U.S. government. They will
Stanley,
nuke
that's
you.
built in our Constitution.
Okay,
That's bullshit.
okay.
And it won't work.
There is a very good reason it's there, and you know why it would work in America, and probably nowhere else.
Why?
Is because the United States government has far fewer guns than the U.S. people, and you know who has a whole hell of a lot more
They also have
people.
fucking nukes.
Yes, yeah. You know what they're not
They
going to
can nuke you. You can't
you know
kill
what
the
they're
US
not
government.
going. You know what they're not going to nuke? Their own fucking people. They won't even nuke North Korea, even when they were on the brink of war the last 7 times. They're not going to nuke their own people. They may bomb, and you know what that would
it's
do
your
to the
best case
American people? The resolve of the American people. If there is a villain to be had, we'll go kill those fucking villains.
In your best
to a
case
point
scenario,
where
in your best case scenario, for when the government fucks up to a ridiculous degree to a point where you decide you have to kill them. In your best case scenario, every single American takes up arms and comes with you. Maybe not every single. I'll steel man you and say
A good portion,
a good
especially
proportion.
now.
I still don't think you'd be viable in battle against the American government.
Do you know we're allowed to own tanks and heavy artillery?
Yeah, but they've got more tanks than you, and they
no,
also have
sorry,
bigger bombs.
you can own heavy artillery or tanks. You cannot have heavy artillery attached to a tank. That is illegal.
Do you know who can? The U.S. government.
Yes, but you know what they can't do?
What?
Defend themselves from every single person within their border, and they don't have to defend themselves. They would have to defend themselves against everyone, because they don't know who is or who isn't going to try and end them, right?
But at that point, they don't give a fuck. They'll just build a city-state with their military in Washington or whatever. They'll build a wall around it and nuke everything else to a crisp. It's too deep set as an institution. And also, I don't see it ever happening. I don't see it ever happening that that enough people are going to rise up to have any chance.
If Hillary became president, you would see
Okay, bullshit. If Hillary was president, there wouldn't be a
not from
nationwide militia.
Not from normal people. I'm saying from like the far right guys, really the radical life. You would see terrorist attacks from that side.
They can try and kill the government all they want, but they can't. Also, Roman's talking to you in the chat, Cracker. So if I get to where I understand that guns are always going to be part of America. I don't think we should try and take them away. That would be totally fucking ridiculous. I do believe in
it'd be bloody.
Increased better background checks, because at the moment crazy people can get hold of guns, and I don't think they should.
Generally, when the people that do get a hold of guns that don't belong of getting guns is a family member's gun.
Well, we should take every precaution. Just because we can't solve all the problem doesn't mean we shouldn't try. That's the utopian fallacy, man. We should try to take even the baby steps we can to reduce gun crime, because it's ridiculous.
A better training, and people need to store their firearms better. However, you can't stop someone that's dead on set of causing a mayhem. Now.
Yeah, of course, and that's always going to be a problem in America, and I understand that's just a part and parcel of living in a country full of guns, and you can't just say...
I love that phrase you're trying to put in there, but like,
but
there's one little statistic I want to put in there, right?
Okay, go ahead.
And it's if you look at a density map of where guns are and where they aren't.
Yeah.
In the areas with the densest population of gun ownership,
yeah,
there are fewer violent crimes with guns than in the areas that have some
Okay.
guns, but fewer
But
amounts.
there are areas that they are using guns to shoot people. They're using guns to shoot people.
Oh,
Majority
no,
of-
yes. Oh, I'm just saying,
Gun use that-
statistically, you are more safe if every
That's not
single
true.
person around you.
Come to Britain, and we have no gun crime at all.
Dude,
we have,
that's because we'll get run over by some Hajati dude.
we don't have gun crime here, and it's
Within the U.S., you were statistically less likely to be a victim of gun violence the more guns that you have around you. The ones that you own and the ones your neighbors own.
I will not question that statistic, and I believe you, and that's fine. I don't see any harm in trying to reduce crazy people having the guns, because I guarantee 100% of the people anywhere they're doing it who are shooting people indiscriminately with firearms are crazy. And we have to take every step we can to stop crazy people from having guns.
May I interject real quick? The statistics of violent crimes with guns are mostly with handguns. The majority of those crimes the things that happen with those guns are suicides. There is.
Well,
those were taken out of my of the statistics that I was talking about was taken out of that, because yes, there is a more likelihood that if you have a gun, you are likely to shoot yourself and anyone else.
I think people who are killing themselves are going to kill themselves anyway. I don't think that's a gun issue at all.
Yeah, that has zero to do with guns. If you're going to kill yourself,
you know what? No, because women and girls attempt suicide more often, but they don't use violent methods like men and boys. Men and boys are icky and toxic masculinity, and that's why they kill themselves more successfully, because they're more violent even to themselves.
Oh yeah.
You know what's really funny though? You know one of the most popular ways for women to kill themselves?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Stinging a dildo up their asshole?
No, painkillers.
That's funny.
Do
they take loads of painkillers and then it hurts their stomach?
No,
They
you know
take
one of
loads
the
of
most
painkillers, it hurts their
painful
stomach,
ways
and
of
then they
killing
take some painkillers.
yourself?
What?
No, like one of the most painful ways of killing yourself is overdosing on painkillers.
That's funny.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Not if you do it right.
Okay.
If you get hurt, you can just take some painkillers.
No,
if
trust
you
me, I
take
used to be-
if you take the exact right amount, then fine.
No, I
But
used to be a
if
junkie.
you take the wrong amount, it can destroy you.
No, you just fucking fall asleep and you stop breathing.
Now,
this is a dick measuring contest. You're just talking. You're just saying.
No, my ex-boyfriend almost died in my arms. Like
No, that's real shit. Sorry, dude.
No, it's fine. I mean, he didn't. I mean, I sort of had to like slap him in the face over and over. Like, okay, so the thing is with opiate overdoses is that you fall asleep and you stop breathing, and that's about all that there is to it. And if you're with somebody who's overdosing, if they're not overdosing super bad, all you have to do is keep them awake. And so you like slap them in the face a little bit and shit. And that's what I did with my boyfriend, and he didn't die. I mean, I don't know for sure that he would have died, but it was weird. Like it really did seem like that, you know? And but you mostly have to just do it for about 30 minutes. Because there's like the 30-minute period when the opiate is going into your brain and everything, and while that's happening, while it's going into your brain is the period in which you're most likely to like actually die or something. And if you can get past that period, most likely they'll be okay.
Now let's go back to the gun issue.
Oh yeah, can I? Oh sorry, go ahead.
What I do for a living is armed security. Who's that in the background?
Crackers, I think.
No, it's fucking
That was
Megan.
Oh, it was.
That was weird. Well, I work armed security. That's what I do, and I'm actually trying to become a cop. And
Pig.
Fucking fuzz.
Yeah, why do you want to kill black people, man?
No, oh yeah, especially them, because they're fucking assholes. No, I'm joking.
Why do you
That was
hate
a
the
joke.
black?
That is a joke.
This is when your number one most subscribed YouTuber on YouTube. Some bitch is gonna dig up this stream and say when you've said that you're going to murder blacks as a police officer.
Well,
Good job,
I said the word nigger a couple times.
You
Go ahead, just say it again, man. Just throw it out there.
naughty
No,
boy. Jesus.
I mean,
I'll say I've had a 30-06 stolen from me.
still 30-06 is a heavy round, man. If you get shot with that, you're gonna have a bad day. Now, back to what I was talking about earlier, network armed security, and my uniform, part of it is wearing a bulletproof vest. Now,
no security guard in the UK has to wear a bulletproof vest.
Resistant.
Now,
no, they try and use a stab-proof vest, but we already proved those didn't work, didn't we?
My boy Yerkes Brave.
And I keep my AR-15 in my trunk just in case someone, comes in with something bigger than a handgun. Obviously, I'm not flaunting what I have. I take my gun ownership very seriously. I store my guns not loaded, and I make sure I clean them and maintain them. And any responsible gun owner should do the same. Now,
So I shouldn't leave them on my porch.
When you own a weapon, I make no illusions of what that weapon is for. It's to take life, whether it's a human or animal. And you have a responsibility to make sure that that weapon is secured. And if it's not, that you're going to use it properly.
I've got an interesting anecdote about owning guns in the UK. My best friend is like an Olympic grade full-bore target rifle shooter. I don't know. This is just random that I have this anecdote, but we are looking at getting a flat together, and the logistics of that are insane because he's not allowed to keep his gun stored at his old house because there's other people living in it. He has to be in the same house as the gun. He also has to have the place audited by the police, which is really hard to find a landlord who will let us do that. He also gets regular, like twice a year, calls from the police who ask him about guns. They've got him on a list, so if anyone goes shooting, does a shooting, they'll knock on his door. And he has to keep it in a locked case. He's not allowed to tell anyone where the keys are. When he lived with his parents, they weren't even allowed to know. I'm not allowed to know. No one can know. He's not allowed to keep ammunition in the same case, and he has to keep a certain amount of ammunition. It's really heavily regulated here, and I tell you what, no one's shooting everyone. God bless.
How does that police work exactly? Do they just show up, knock, knock, knock? Hello there. Have you murdered anyone today?
Hello, old chap.
If someone goes shooting in the town center, I guess they'll call up Max and be like, "Hey, dude, are you this guy?" And he'll say, "No, I'm jerking off in the bath." And they'll say, "Oh, okay, let's move on to the next suspect."
Now, okay, over in UK though, you all can have crossbows and stuff though, right?
Yeah, and people often modify starting pistols to be able to used as offensive weapons. But as we know, nowadays the weapon of choice for your local thug is a bottle full of acid.
Nice.
Or a van if they're so radically motivated.
Right, I thought it was the truck of peace.
Yeah, truck of peace. My bad.
I like not being scared of being shot ever. And if I hear a bang in the town center, I don't run for cover because it's probably just someone's car doing some bullshit.
You're just. Oh, come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I live in South Carolina. It's fucking gun central. I've never felt afraid of being shot in my life.
Maybe I'm just a puss cake who doesn't have any experience around guns, but I'm very concerned that there's crazy people everywhere. There's crackheads who come up to me in the street and talk to me about how the working man doesn't listen to enough music. It's bullshit. There's crazy people everywhere, and if these crazy people have guns, at any point someone could just be like, well, I'm just going to shoot in this direction and Stanley's head's in the way.
Look,
A crazy
I
person
know,
doesn't need a gun to hurt people.
I know people
They're really good at
that
hurting
still
people,
carry, Stanley. I know people that still carry permits. My friend, I'm gonna call him Bob, is one of them, and I don't know. I just get a feeling of I feel safe when I know that my buddy, just in case something happens, my buddy has us covered. You understand? It's I don't know. It's the feeling of knowing that you're gonna be okay if shit hits the fan.
But you're not, because you're going to have a bullet through your skull. Also,
Not mine.
train guy, don't chat shit on Jez.
Yeah, but it's a lot better though than having nails in your face and your ass.
You know what I find more fun than talking about guns? Literally everything. Can we change the subject?
Yeah, good
Jesus
point.
fuck.
Here.
Yeah.
Can
We're
we talk
Totally
about?
on Facebook right now.
Hey, what was that? What was that chick on Twitter that wants straight men to have sex with trannies?
Zinnia Jones.
Yes.
Yes.
Have you seen her penis?
I made a
Have I
funny
seen her penis?
joke about her.
It's
Yeah.
hideous. It's so
Wait.
tiny.
You can see it?
Yes, she does
Let me see her
porn.
picture, dude.
Oh,
I
gross.
Is it a feminine penis?
Zombie
She's got a
Zombie hit
porn
me up,
penis.
man. I don't know why he's not in the chat, but yeah, Zombie like literally researched it, found out that she did tranny porn, and sent me a pic. I'm like, dude.
Yeah,
that is-
see,
like
it's
I'm
so,
gonna need to
so
see that
many.
too.
I've known a lot of trans people, and there's.
I could have gone my entire life without knowing that Zinnia did porn.
Gotta
Now
see
you-
it.
now you're-
Gotta
now you're
see
gonna-
it.
One of these days.
Well, no, because
So
that's the
many
thing.
of-
Like now that I know that she does it, I have to look at it, and I don't want to look at it.
As my great grandmother used to say, you could have sat there all night and not said that.
so many transgender people make their identity into some sort of form of activism, and then that very, very often leads to what the fuck is that?
It's a baby.
Child.
Oh, okay.
Euthanize that.
I thought
shit.
maybe it was, just like a squeaky screen door or something. No, so very, very often, once they, politicize their identity, then they also get into being like sex positive. They're like, I'm so sex positive, blah, 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 blah. And
You can't do anything with 2 inches, man. I'm sorry. You just can't.
Yep.
yeah, well, I mean, we're assuming she's not giving it to anyone.
I mean,
Well, I thought it kind of stops working after you take so many hormones.
Maybe that's why it wasn't hard.
That is, that does happen a lot. Yeah.
Like my friend Red says hers doesn't work anymore. She's pretty far along.
did you?
But how do you get off?
I was reading something about transgender vaginas. Essentially, what it is, it's an open wound, and they have to stick something up there every so often, and it bleeds and pusses and stuff because the body's trying to heal it.
That's fucking hot.
Oh no.
It's like an open wound.
I kind of feel that way about natural vagina too, so I really can't comment on this one.
I mean, well,
On that note, I'm gonna have to go eat dinner now. I hate you all.
Bye.
I will see y'all later.
He's having hot pockets.
I hate you.
Think of those pus-filled hot pockets.
Oh God.
What's that dude's Twitter?
I thought we were going to talk about the E3.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were talking about Doctor Who. Did I miss that?
Let's talk about.
Let's talk about tranny dick. Come on. Be men. Come on. Talk about tranny dick.
Okay, let's just say.
I love me some chicks with tits. There you go.
There you go.
Give me a
Who
minute.
doesn't?
Please. Give me a minute.
Oh, that's got to be the best troll I've seen in a long time.
Look, tranny dick is like a gift from the Lord himself. You have women, okay, that are full, beautiful women, but with extra, with like a little freebie, a little bonus of the feminine penis given to us by the Lord. Praise the tranny dick. That's what I say.
By the way, traps aren't gay. So let's make that clear.
So, okay, so
Definitely not gay.
They
Unless you
are
ask them
gay.
to be.
They are
You just
gay,
have
and
to
that's
ask.
okay. That's okay.
Prince-
They are gay,
Prince
and it's
is a
okay.
professional gay man. Are traps gay?
Professional gay man.
I hate this question, and I don't understand the point of the question. I think the better, like it. There's lots of traps that have sex with women, and there's lots of traps that have sex with men, so it doesn't matter.
I think the question is to dank meme it into dead meme area, and it's so close. We can just
It's
push
dead.
it over the edge.
It was never funny.
No, it wasn't.
Never a good meme. I much prefer We Was Vikings. We Was Vikings. That's the name of my new video that I released last night. It's 20 minutes long. It's 20 minutes long, but I think well worth it. I think a lot of people don't like to deal with the race realism subjects, but it's going to come up more and more. It's not as fun to make fun of as feminism, but it's coming up.
It's gross. It's gross, and it makes me scared to talk about it because it's nasty and it's putrid, and I don't want to touch it. You're a brave man. You're a brave man.
Thanks. I've lost a few subscribers. I mean, not significantly. I haven't like gone down, but I lose a few subscribers, and I've hovered around the same area where I'm at.
Your comments have to be a shit show when you release one of those videos.
Oh my god. Well yeah. Okay. So I've released 2 now, and I actually included one of the comments. So the first video I was talking about how like I don't think that IQ tests are everybody's so convinced that they're super reliable and super accurate, but when I was a little kid, I did really well on an IQ test, but I had already practiced that kind of thing for a very long time. My parents were always giving me little puzzles that were like that anyway. So, you know, and also I was socially conditioned to enjoy taking that kind of test. So when they gave it to me in elementary school, I tested really well. And it's really funny. Somebody in my comment section, their comment was like, "Oh, poor video maker obviously didn't test well because he's part of a stupid race," or some shit like that.
Ad hominem bullshit. Ad hominem bullshit.
Yeah. No. So like these people, not only have most of them not actually probably even read the science themselves, but they won't even watch the videos that, you know, like, and they just completely embarrass themselves. It's really funny.
Don't like race realism? You must be black.
Yeah.
Now, Rage Against the Storm, I don't necessarily agree with everything she has to say, but I'm not gonna like destroy her or anything because she has different views than me. And
but no, she's an idiot. She's sourcing the least reliable sources in the world.
I understand that, and we should be able to
dumb.
criticize
She's
that.
fucking dumb, and we should criticize her for being dumb. It's not about insulting or anything. It's not about silencing her views. She's a fucking idiot, and we should point it out at every turn.
Well, it is about insulting for me, so it's
But to be honest, I'd pound her harder than the Third Reich pounded Poland.
Oh,
Let's be real. Let's be real.
I think
There's
she's
an
weird
awful lot of-
looking.
Yeah, she's like.
Oh, shut up. She's way cute.
My type, man.
No, she's slightly cute.
She's like a
She's kinda
stretched
like-
out version of that chick from Ghost World. I don't know.
I mean,
She's like maybe your mum introduced you to her and she's cute. No, she's not full on 100% cute. She's like, whoa, this is the best looking girl at my Sunday school.
she's the saving the white race kind of cute.
Fuckable children's librarian kind of way.
Oh.
she's the leather wearing dominatrix Third Reich kind of cute.
Like the girl you copied your test off, but also looked down her shirt.
Ilsa, she-wolf of YouTube.
No, I not hit it personally because she's an idiot. I don't hit idiots.
Honestly, I'd hit anything. Male, female, it doesn't matter for me.
Isn't your girlfriend in the room with you, man? Be careful.
Fucking drill, my friend.
She probably doesn't care.
I care. Don't I'm very concerned with how faithful Cracker is.
How what?
Oh,
Stanley.
She'd probably kick his ass if he was unfaithful.
I think he's into that. I think he's into that.
Into what?
No.
Get your ass kicked?
Wait, hairy ass kick? Is that what you said?
No, getting your ass kicked by your girl.
Yeah, I feel like your girl wears the trousers, man. I feel like she wears the trousers.
I'm the one giving her the white privilege.
All right. I have a question though. How come so many of you guys didn't like my last video I just put out today?
I haven't watched it.
I
Actually, I'm not
haven't
sure.
seen it yet.
You made a video today?
Yeah.
I'll watch it later, man.
I didn't know who you were until today. I will watch that video. Don't worry about it.
I'm about 18 days late on my latest video.
What's it about?
Me too.
It's a possible future if the SJW/feminists win this culture war.
Oh, spooky.
Hey, Prince.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions for you, my dude.
Okay.
My newest video is about the the LGBT, the fucking gay community.
LGBT.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. And
I was having trouble for a second.
I was part of it way back in the day, up until like 2009, 2010, when it started to get infected by fourth wave feminism. As a gay man, would you consider to date a bisexual man at all, or is that kind of like taboo for you?
Oh, well, I don't date currently.
He made a video about it.
Who, me?
Yes, you. I saw that video about bisexual people.
Okay. I have 2 videos about okay. Well, no, like that video is mostly trolling, kind of. Like, I mean, not trolling. I was making fun of a specific type of bisexual person, because there is
the boo-hooers.
Yeah, well, because like what okay, so like anybody with any common sense can figure out that like being bisexual is really not that bad. You know, like
it's good. Best of both worlds. We got our cheese pizza, we got our pepperoni pizza, we also got our pizza with pineapple. So
yeah, and you can stuff, your parents.
Oh, yuck.
You can bring home a girl to meet your parents, and they'll never have to know that you fuck guys, if that's a thing, and of course there's going to be bisexual whiners who will be like, well, are you saying that I'm privileged because I have to hide things from my parents? And it's like, no, I'm saying that you at least have the option, like if you want to, like, and ultimately. But I've dated a lot of bisexual guys, actually, and I don't have a problem with it necessarily. No, I can definitely see why a gay male wouldn't want to like long-term partner with a bisexual guy.
Yeah, you don't want to get dumped for some fish down the line.
Yeah, well, and I mean, someone who wants to have an organic family, like that's.
I mean, that's a common misconception. For me, it's not. When I'm with someone, I'm with them. You know what I mean? It's not like.
Why would people worry about that?
But okay, gay men cannot organically build families, at least with the technology as it is. Even though they keep talking about how it might be possible soon, I don't know if I believe it.
My own butt womb.
What?
My own butt womb.
Oh. Yeah.
You gotta fuck that man pussy.
But I don't know what I'm very undecided about. Like, okay, so I'm starting to think more and more that maybe I want to have a kid or 2, and I'm just thinking that just because of how crappy my good friends and family have been, and like having a family is important. But then I'm thinking about like, would I want to actually do that with another gay male? And I'm not sure that I do. And I have a lesbian friend who wants to have kids with me. Like, she's already asked, and it was her thing. And I've thought about like, oh, maybe I should see if we could live together for a while, and if that worked out, maybe we could have a kid together and raise it as some sort of lesbian and gay guy couple. And that sounds more appealing to me than having a bisexual male as my partner and like, you know, maybe trying to have a family or something, you know, that just sounds weird. So
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know, especially from my perspective, women, you know, need intimacy in a
Not all.
Not all, but most. And I don't know your friend, but that may work for you. I mean, if it works for you, by all means.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely haven't decided to do that. I'm very, very skeptical about it. But, you know, I'm thinking about like having an actual family, what would actually work. And it's like, I don't really know. Like and if I was a bisexual guy, I would be very inclined to try to search for a female partner if I felt that I wanted to have a family. And so knowing that about myself and knowing about if I was bisexual, I would be very hesitant to partner with a bisexual guy. But I'd date a bisexual guy. I don't care. But I've never actually been in a monogamous relationship. I've had several boyfriends. I've had several guys. I mean, only a few that, you know, I've only had bad relationships. I mean, granted, that's why I'm single. But you know, I've had a number of boyfriends where it's like we spent at most days of the week together for 3 months, you know, and then it was like, oh, actually we burn out on each other's company for whatever reason. And I would do that again with a bisexual guy, and I have. But I don't know about like what dating means beyond that. So that's the answer to the question.
For me, dating is monogamous. So like, if we're gonna be together, we're gonna be together until we do not. Like, you know, I'm very upfront with it with my potential partners, and I can't tell you how many times where I've had that spit in my face. You know what I mean? But I'm cool with it. I don't expect everyone to be cool with it. You know what I mean? And it's all up to the individual. And I managed to find the right girl so far, and she may or may not be the mother of my children in the next 10 years or so.
Hey, Prince.
Yeah.
10 years in me. This womb does not have 10 years.
5.
Did she just say this womb does not have 10 kids?
10 years.
All right, hey, Prince, can I ask you an off-topic, slightly personal question? Are you from the South?
No.
Who? Me?
Because I'm picking up a little bit of a Southern draw.
I am south of England.
No, I'm not from the South at all. I grew up in Seattle, and I went to college in New York City, and I lived in the San Francisco Bay Area. Though I did have a really good friend that was from West Virginia. Actually, I have a friend that's from Virginia as well, and I'm one of those people that ends up talking like they're friends, but mostly it's just that I'm groggy right now, probably. It's like I probably sound kind of drunk.
I know you have your avatar, and you know we all like our anonymity. It's just you sounded like you were from the Southland.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Do I?
Well,
actually, I am from the South.
Roman, I'd like to know intimate details about your personal relationships with other men and women. I'd just like to know. Could you please explain that to me for a while?
I'm sorry, Sam.
Well, the relationships with women is 0, and I've been in the same relationship with a guy for like 3.5 years. So, just it's all right.
Wait, Ro, you're gay? I didn't know that.
Yeah, like gay is fucking springtime. I thought everybody.
I've never met you before, so I didn't know that.
Okay, sorry.
You're so gay, even Elton John tells you to tone it down.
Yeah, it's all homos and partial homos here, apparently. Sorry, Minotaur.
Yeah, I think he's the only one.
Everyone got
I'm married, but my wife's bi, so.
Well, there you go. You got some scrape off LGBT sprinkles.
Y'all
Pixie dust.
that community turned to trying to normalize pedophilia and shit.
What now?
Like, I've seen some video. Like, have you heard of the Heart's Progress?
Oh, those assholes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have a circle jerk about that, dude. I think everyone is very much against pedophilia in here.
Hey, crackers.
Hey, Trey.
How what's her name from Quirkus fucking snapped at them.
Oh, really? I missed that. I kind of wanted to look that up, but I missed that.
They took some for work or something like that, and they were twisting it so that it fit their agenda. Like the kids can consent bullshit that she was talking. But you talk about that kind of shit, of course you're going to get thrown into the same basket as them.
Yeah.
I think it's bullshit. That honestly, Stanley, I have a couple bullets for those fucking pedophile douchebags. You should never hurt a children like that, man, ever.
What type of guns do you have, crackers?
Is that what I said?
Yes.
Oh,
Like, you're
but
doing me up right
anyway, and honestly, I'm a firm believer in death penalty for severity of the crime to a child. If someone severely hurt a child and raped them, I believe they need a needle in their arm.
I don't agree with the death penalty, but here's a top tip from me. A top tip. You can write this down, guys.
I'll write it down.
Kids. Don't fuck kids.
Okay, don't. KDIS.
Yeah, you can put a Z on the end. You can put a Z on the end if you're really urban.
Is this just for human kids, or is goats involved?
Unless that's part of your religion, then leave the goats alone.
Don't worry, I wrote that on my wall.
Don't worry, they're clean. It's kosher hookering.
So it's nothing like that Whitney, Wisconsin or whatever?
Oh, God. Is he still around?
Hey.
Has anyone seen Zombie? He usually joins the streams. I haven't seen him all. I'm a bit worried.
Zombie, the guy who does all the memes?
Yeah, man.
I have yet to hear his fucking voice.
Who's this? I don't know this.
Zombie shitposts.
He makes some
of course, yeah. Quality, yeah, that's one way of putting it. Interesting.
High dank memes.
The good shit.
Yep.
Hey,
Yo, crackers, I got a question.
Leave us kids alone.
Yo, crackers, I got a question.
Well, let's shoot, man.
What do you think about non-binary people, or whatever the fuck that means?
They're fucking dumb.
Gay.
You can't be a male and a female at the same fucking time.
That's not even what they're saying.
Dumb.
Half of them are not even saying that. They're like thinking that they're aliens, and they're neither.
They're thinking they're special when they're just like everybody else.
I'm of two minds about it.
When I see someone that says transgender non-binary, I'm like, you're a fucking retard.
Yep.
So
transgender, you're essentially transitioning into the gender you're not born with. That shouldn't be a sex. It's not a sex.
I'm of two minds about it. I think, first of all, it's fucking dumb. It's ridiculous. If you think you're non-binary, you're fucking wrong. But also, I'm a freedom dude. I say I'm not gonna. They can do whatever they want. But I'm gonna criticize the fuck out of it. But also a third point is sometimes it's kind of a neat little transition period people go before they decide to become trans, and I'm all for making it easy for people to come out as trans. I feel like, I don't know, maybe we give people too much shit. I mean, a lot of the classic people we're giving shit to,
I don't know, it just
Milo,
feels
Riley
like...
Dennis, are kind of making an effort to, they're kind of going further in the trans direction, and I have to respect that. And maybe non-binary was just a little transitional phase. Yes, it's fucking dumb, but I'm gonna kind of back off it for a bit, because I don't want to diss vulnerable, possibly trans people. I understand there are trans who are shits.
Stanley, I'm going to steal a British word here. It's fucking mental.
Yeah, it is. It is fucking
mental.
mental.
People who think that probably has some type of mental disorder or depression they had.
I don't know.
So
No, that's not a mental disorder. That's just wanting to be special like everybody else.
If I can deal with people claiming that Jesus and God are real things, then I, fuck it, yeah, you're binary, you're non-binary. Would you please give me my burger?
Yeah, for sure.
So wait. So now we're talking about gender fluid, non-binary. So why are we going back to Doctor Who?
Oh, good, we're back. Good, finally, Doctor Who. I missed the Doctor Who part.
Doctor Who is a non-binary. Confirmed.
God damn it.
Honestly, he's a Time Lord, so he doesn't really have a sex to begin with.
Do they even fuck? Do they fuck? How do they make babies? Was that ever explained?
Use the screwdriver.
That I'm not sure about.
They're gonna make
probably
Doctor
don't
Who
even
a
need
black
babies.
guy.
I don't think Time Lords actually make babies. Like, I think once a Gallifreyan becomes a Time Lord, they kind of lose that capacity. I think that's how it goes.
And the Gallifreyans are just doing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, the Gallifreyans are like the common people of Gallifrey, and Time Lords are it's like a very weird caste system. Like, as progressive as Doctor Who makes himself out to be, he's from a planet where, he's from the fucking ruling sub-race, where the all-powerful, like, demigods that rule this world via scientific
More like
history.
Gallifrey, am I right?
You think he just points at a girl and immediately gets them pregnant?
Probably.
I'm saying that realistically, the Master is probably attitudinally closer to what a person like that would be like than the Doctor is.
Like, let me put the power of God inside you.
You know what? I think I'm gonna bet $5 that the next Doctor is gonna be a black guy. You fucking watch.
Oh, I was hoping for an Indian dude, at least.
I was hoping for a black person of color, transgendered.
No, you guys, it's gonna be fucking Linda Sarsour.
Oh God, no!
Oh,
No.
no! Please, can we back away from her, please?
Prince, I got those pics if you want to see it.
All right. Well, here. Let me help you.
Wait. What do you have that I can see?
The picture of that chick's the dude that does tranny porn.
Oh yeah, post a link in the side check.
No, why would you? If you post it there, I'm gonna click on it. Don't do that.
The next Doctor is going to be a Roomba with the severed head of Idris Elba sellotaped to the top of it.
Dude, guys, did you watch the new episode of Game of Thrones?
Wait, what, Crackers?
Have you guys watched the newest episode of Game of Thrones?
Yes.
No, I didn't watch it. No.
Put it away.
Oh,
Put it away.
I forgot it.
So good.
I need to figure out how to watch it. How do I watch it? I have a PS4. Can I watch it on my PS4?
Yes.
Fuck, I had HBO and I totally fucking forgot it aired.
GoMovies.com.
Movies. Well, okay. I know. Okay. Well, we're not going to
Get
talk
on
about.
there on your PS4 because that's how I watch everything on my PS4.
Oh, so can I buy it
online.
individually?
No, you go. You use the internet on your PS4, and you go to that website, and then you can watch everything.
But
That's
can
how I
I?
watch.
I want to buy it. I want to buy it. Like I want to
You wanna buy
support.
Then you
All
should. You can buy it on the PS4 then. Yes.
Okay. What? Okay.
Just go under TV in the PlayStation Store. Go under the TV.
So Sony will sell it to me directly.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Alright,
But we can't talk about it while I'm on the stream because I will be watching it.
With no spoilers, you guys.
Yeah.
This stream
No,
will
this
be
is, Game of Thrones is the only thing I am fully committed to on television anymore. Like, Orange is the New Black is done. It's stupid now. Fucking, I can't, I for whatever reason, I stopped being interested in Walking Dead when Negan got on, even though everybody loves him so much. I just kind of was like, this is getting... I don't know. It's just it stopped being believable with the weird like king guy with the fucking tiger and Negan. Like it just like the whole Negan operation is not very believable. Like it's too much. It's too. I don't know. It also is just the show got repetitive. Like it's like there's only so much that you can do with like killing zombies. And what else? Was there anything else that I like Black Mirror, but Black Mirror is standalone episodes. Other than that, like.
I put the link in the chat room, and I'm gonna put it in the general chat too. So if y'all want to look at some charity porn,
I ain't clicking that shit.
Do it. Click on it.
I like how the site is called X Hamster.
Oh,
Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh, come on.
Well,
Oh, good lord. Wait, is this her? No, that's not her.
Her, yeah. She's further on
left.
The but
Wait,
let me,
that's not her.
Let me share my screen and I'll show you what her.
No, fucking don't. You're gonna get this stream taken down if you show that shit.
So the tranny that's stroking her dick in this one has a fairly sizable dick. It's not her.
Well, thank you, Crackers. I have nightmares. I got nightmares. Shut up.
Oh, there she is. Hold on. Oh God!
Crank the volume, dude.
Are we?
Not.
This is what we are now. We're the tranny porn live reaction stream.
Well,
That'd be
thank you, Crackers, for posting that link.
fucking
I now have nightmares.
You will forever now.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Oh, y'all.
The ass play
Oh
section.
my God.
If I showed it, I'll give in.
All right, here we go. I'm clicking the link.
All right, Cracker, here. Cracker,
No,
let
I'm
me help you out. Let me help you.
It's mostly the girl that actually has a big dick. And Zinnia's just sort of there.
Get her
Pagan, you were
butthole
saying something?
Yeah, well, I was going to try to help you out with your stream. Let's talk about the E3 and how Uncharted now no longer has Nathan Drake.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, no. It no longer has
Seriously?
girls.
Why is it just 2 girls?
Wait, what?
It's gonna have Chloe and that black British chick in Uncharted, the next one.
Wait,
that's
they're
not.
making a new Uncharted? What the fuck?
I'm more pumped for not Last of Us, the Days Gone. The zombie survival game where you're on a motorcycle and there's like thousands of zombies on screen that come after you wanting to eat your brains.
I'm excited for the new Mountain Blade. I'm literally jerking off into a cup every night in honor of that game. I'm so excited.
Oh, Pagan's gone.
Far Cry, the new Far Cry. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
If I had to watch that tranny porn video for every second of every day for a week in order to get an advanced copy of the new Mountain Blade, I would do it.
Well, it could be worse. You could be watching Transparent.
I mean,
What's
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't even.
Some transgender fucking comedy show.
No, it's kind of a good show.
I don't know. I couldn't get used to it.
It's definitely
have,
okay. It's only slightly about transgender people, and it's mostly about rich Jewish people working in entertainment in Hollywood. Is actually what, or LA or whatever. It's mostly what it's about.
I immediately got turned off when the creator called Trump Hitler.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Everyone in Hollywood called Trump Hitler at once. You're just gonna have to lump it and get on with your life, man.
Yeah, they said that if you don't all call Trump Hitler, we're calling the cops on all the pedophiles. Oh shit!
All of Hollywood would go down then.
Before my phone booted me out though, I was saying though, I'm pissed off how Bethesda didn't bring out a Skyrim, an Elder Scrolls 6 and said they're sticking with fucking Skyrim.
Yeah, that pisses me off, dude. It's been what, 5-6 years?
Oh, at least.
They're not making a new Elder Scrolls series?
Probably more.
No, they're probably making it, but I mean they just VR'd it and then they made it for that new Game Boy or Switch or whatever the fuck that thing is.
Wait, tell me, guys. Should I get Morrowind? Did Morrowind come before or after Skyrim?
Before.
You get Morrowind. It's the
then
prior
you
game,
and then you play Skyrim.
but they remastered it and now it's a massive multiplayer game.
Yeah. No. Don't apply that one. That one's trash.
Oh, it is?
Yes. The MMO is trash.
Yeah, the MMO is not great at all.
What's a good MMO?
None.
Star Wars: The Old Republic, World of Warcraft,
Minecraft.
Minecraft. What about? I have Minecraft actually. I don't really understand it. I was playing it with my nephew, and it's like, what do we do? Like
Battlefield.
You build stuff. That's it.
You're playing Legos.
It's a very strange game. I don't know if I don't know if it's very me.
I don't.
I'm still into oh, do you know what okay. I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which I absolutely love. And I also have been really into this game Drawn to Death. Anybody?
No, I haven't heard.
I think it's a PS4 exclusive. It's here. I'll show you guys some gameplay footage. It's really unique. It's like an arena shooter, but it's bizarre. It's based around like a high school rocker kid. Like if you were some rocker kid in the fucking early '90s who drew a bunch in a bunch of notebooks, and this would be yeah. It's really weird. I'll show you guys the footage.
Yeah.
My favorite
I heard
MMO.
that. It
Is
does
it
look
kind of like
good.
Life is Strange? Is it kind of like Life is Strange?
No,
it's
no,
a
it's a shooter.
My favorite MMO is Barbie Dreamhouse Party for the PC.
Oh, guys, you know what I've been playing to death recently?
What up?
Fucking XCOM 2. I've been playing the shit out of that game.
I've been playing the shit out of Total War Attila.
I've been playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 because it was out on sale on Steam, and I love the shit out of it.
Warhammer Total
Look
War
at,
guy.
will you present me to
7
everybody
Days to Die.
so everybody can see it? Because it's so cool. This game is so cool. I love it.
Oh, look at
That's
that.
kind of neat looking.
Let me see.
Present that bitch, do it.
Do it.
Oh.
I've clicked on it. I'm watching that shit.
Oh, that's
That-
actually pretty cool.
That's the character that I play too, with the shark girl. She's called Ninja, and she can throw a grappling hook like all the way across the room, and you can like fly really really far to get away if you're about to get killed. It's
That's
fun.
really creative.
Oh, and I don't have that ability. I don't think.
I love this style here. It's like watching liquid television.
Yeah,
I
it
love
is
the
right.
trophies
Just like
and-
that.
I love the trophies.
I don't know why more people don't talk about this game. I think it's fucking sweet.
I've never even heard of it, and I have a PS4.
Me too.
It's only like $20.
Dude.
Only is a
Put my
very
PS down in the stream because I play a lot of Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat X, so definitely hit me up.
Is Injustice 2 out yet?
Yeah, it's
It's
been out
out,
for a while.
God damn it!
I don't
only-
I don't like the fighting games that come from that company. Like I don't like the gameplay. I was always a Street Fighter kid.
You're dead to me.
I'm more of a Killer Instinct fan, if anything else.
Killer Instinct. That was like where you do a combo for like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. I just love the original Killer Instinct from the SNES. That shit was my jam.
That shit was hype. Not gonna lie.
I'd like to mention that we're now only one like behind the dislike bot. We're at 13 likes, 14 dislikes. Come on, guys.
Oh, I should actually look at the stream because I haven't actually looked at the chat yet.
Why the hell would anybody dislike this? I don't get it.
I saw that training point you were looking at, Prince.
It's because you had Gemini in here, and he brought in the dislike squad. I mean, everybody disliked his streams.
Oh, dude, we got 14.
I
We've
see.
equaled it. We've equaled it. We're
Yeah!
now to the dislike bot. And 9 whole viewers. Good job, guys.
What
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
haven't you seen those guys? Haven't you seen those memes by Zombie about the dislike squad? That's Gemini and Whitey's thing.
Huh.
Yeah, don't ever say collab because then
We won.
What?
collab.
Collab.
Oh no! I hear him coming. Beating down my door.
Yeah.
That don't you? Sinatra.
We were winning for a second, and then we were winning 15-14, and then someone disliked. So it's 15-15 on the.
Fuck
On
you,
the
dislike.
I told Whitey that I would do a collab with him, and I did it because it's kind of funny. I thought that he was somebody that was talking shit to me because I was having some drama with this crazy radical feminist. And she's okay. So I'm not going to tell the story, but like she's very crafty at lying. She's a master liar,
You
and
just track those women like the plague.
It's the same probably person that I talk about, but she's convinced Bering that she's semi-reasonable, but it's all based on her just being good at lying. You know, it would be like some video game critic dude saying that Anita Sarkeesian seems reasonable, and if you took Anita at her word, she might seem reasonable, but she's just a fucking major liar. So this bitch was talking shit to me, and since Bering and some of Bering's friends had thought that she was reasonable, Whitey hit me up on Twitter, and he liked someone's post that was talking shit to me. I think that he just didn't understand that I had sincere drama going on, and so he was trying to get me to do a collab with him, and I DM'd him, and I was like, if you have something to say to me, say it to me, say it clearly. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, dude, I don't have time for this. And he's like, bro, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm not your bro, little boy. and then he was like, I was just wanting to do a collab with you. And then I was like, oh, really? Okay. And so and then I said yes because I felt bad, and then I never did it, and then I realized that he literally asked every YouTuber that has over 5,000 subscribers to do a collab, and now I don't think I want to.
Yeah, him and Jim have been doing really well. Their channel has been blowing up, so they're at like 18,000 or something.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Fuck. So that's where the joke come from. Do you want to do a collab? It's from the white YouTuber always going for those collabs. But
yeah, I might do it. It just okay. So the collab that we had the idea of, it's supposed to be him asking 5 questions of a gay guy and me asking 5 questions of a straight guy. Does that sound like an entertaining video to you guys?
It sounds like a BuzzFeed video.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like one of those that you're either going to like it or you're not.
I think it was my idea, but again, I was mostly doing it because I felt bad for being kind of a dick to him.
I'm not currently beefing with any YouTubers. And,
I am. Oh yeah.
I am.
You're going down, Stanley.
Am I beefing with you now?
Yeah, we beefed.
British prick.
No, I actually got some beef going on with the Ask Yourself, the vegan.
Vegan game?
No, Ask Yourself.
Oh, really?
Because he called out the whole.
Ask Yourself.
Yep, that's his channel name. Then
that's such a fucking vegan thing to have it. Ask yourself: are animals really not deserving of rights?
Yeah, they're fucking delicious. No.
Have you seen?
Really pretend.
Have you seen the Cracker's only related channel is Vegan Games?
Why is that?
No one knows.
My shit is,
yeah.
I've been at 175 subscribers. I go up a few and then leave a few, and like I said before, I just do this for fun. It's not like a career kind of thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do it because I enjoy it, and that's why I don't do videos every week. Like
oh
I'm
yeah,
supposed
Crackers. When are you gonna finish your Islam video?
Oh.
Third and never.
Maybe never. the shit I have, because I don't know. Jim's like, oh, that's a shitty topic. Everyone's talked about it. You shouldn't have done it. I'm like, oh, well, thanks, Jim. But it's in the works. I still gotta look up some more. Better. I have to have my points better. Better.
Yeah.
Cracker, me and you should write a video together again. Now that you actually have some confidence and you're not pissing yourself 100% of the time.
Wait, what?
So hey, Cracker, how long have you been doing YouTube?
This last November, I think.
Okay, because I've been only posting content for about a month, and I'm now over I think 115 subs.
Yeah, dude, that's when I started to post like every day or every other day. My count started to go up. I'm finishing up the LGBTQ RSTRRRR video tomorrow.
Alright. That's good.
So I know I keep
every day I would have had more than like 15 subs, and that's only because my computer is shit.
I mean, dude, you gotta reach out. I mean, Prince is the one that gave me my first like 20 subs because I joined his stream, and I can never thank him enough for that.
That's where I found you, man. That was the day it all began. That was my long-lasting alliance as the #1 super fan of the Critical
That's
Cracker.
that's when Stanley became my British bro.
Yeah.
So,
I also found Crackers because I was watching Wild Smile stream, and he happened to be on it while I was on it.
Speaking of a dude that does really good content, Wild Smile is the shit. He's like
Yeah,
journalist kind of dude.
Yeah, he's really on the news stories. I get a lot of my news from him.
Yeah, same.
He's a good content creator.
Yeah, when I first subbed to him, he was at like 500 subs. He boosted all to like 20,000.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could put more effort into the channel and be that big, but at the same time, it's like that's like a part-time job. You know what I mean? And
It's a fucking full-time job. Like, what are you? I mean, it depends. It depends on what kind of content you make. Like Wild Smile, mostly, he's really on the beat. He finds new stories, and then he largely just reads the text and sort of gives commentary. But I would say it's usually over half of him just reading out loud a blog article. So that doesn't take as much time as like writing an entire essay every day, which is what I do.
At least he just talks about the news, unlike these other big ass news corporations.
All right, there's
the one thing I will criticize Wild Smile for really quick is that he doesn't. And I've asked this about him because we're friends. He is a little bit too inclined to believe 4chan rumors and stuff, and he'll put them in his videos. And he should really be careful with that because that's it's going to come back to haunt him eventually.
Alex Jones if you do that.
Brain and I used to talk to him on the regular. We've just been super busy with everything.
I've decided that's who I'm going to beef with. That's who I'm going to beef with. I'm going to beef with Wild Smile. Never seen one of your videos. You little bitch boy, Wild Smile. Fucking fight me. You fucking asshole. I see you sometimes on Twitter. Fuck you. Let's go. I'll take you downtown, bitch.
I haven't talked to him recently because I've been busy trying to get all this college shit done.
This is a real thing now. I'm beefing with Wild Smile.
Oh, another
Wild Smile would be like the worst YouTuber to beef with. Like he'd be like, "Oh, okay, whatever. I have news stories to talk about."
Another content creator that helped me out and helped my channel grow a bit was Trash Alert. He's a really cool dude. He's another British dude.
He did that video on the whole Tom Bloke.
Wasn't that hilarious?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
What I'm probably gonna do is gonna keep my channel Train Guy as a gaming channel and make a separate channel for like politics and social shit.
Well, I'm doing both. I'm posting when I want to post. You know what I mean? If people don't like it, tough shit.
I'm piggybacking on other people's success.
Well, I was just considering that.
So you're pulling away?
Actually, I am. For real, though. I've been piggybacking off of Whitey and Gemini, believe it or not.
I mean, it's cool. I'm happy for their success.
But
I don't think YouTube is a good career move. You know.
Well, yeah, especially if all these advertisements keep pulling out.
Well, see, I'm a stay-at-home dad with disabilities, so I mean, at least it gives me something I can do.
True.
That's a good thing.
And also, I'm gonna become a cop soon. I was just accepted to take my first test in order to get into the academy. And
Did you say you're gonna become a cop?
Yeah. So I can't really do videos and this and be a cop because, you know, that sort of shit show will happen if something happens and figure out, oh, yeah, this guy said the N-word 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's rough. I considered doing a YouTube thing a while ago, but I would not be good at that sort of thing. Plus, it sounds like a real pain in the
fucking
ass.
computer right here, I would have made more videos. I was planning on building a PC this summer, but with this Ethereum craze, with the mining and shit, I can't. Because all the fucking prices went up.
You know, I think this is the first time I've ever been on a stream, though, with Prince, and I got to say, you sound nothing like Canadian Gopher. I'm doing a collaboration. I'm doing a collaboration right now, and I can tell a distinct difference, and yet everyone's saying you two sound identical. It's like, no, you don't.
Thank you.
We should
He
all
doesn't
do,
have the gay accent, and I don't have the lisp. I think that people get the lisp and the gay accent confused.
And you can tell he's distinctly Canadian through his voice. But see, then again, though, I used to drive truck for a while, so I picked up on different people's accents.
Stanley, are you like the different the different accents in the UK? Like, if a Londoner's accent is different from someone like further up north?
Yeah. So my accent is a little bit weird because
you're weird.
It's impossible to pinpoint because I'm ethnically Cockney, but I tried really hard to speak posh because I thought it made me sound smart. So I've got really weird. I'm like really like RP sort of generico West London accent, and then sometimes
Honestly,
I just break into full-on Cockney just randomly.
I don't know. It sounds a lot like, to me, it's like a cross between Chav and Posh, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. That's what I was talking about.
When I love the Irish woman, the Irish accent, especially with a woman with red hair. I'd be like, oh, talk dirty to me, baby.
Can you do your Irish accent, please? Do an Irish accent.
I can't do an Irish accent.
Do it. Yes, you can. I believe in you. Do it.
Oh, God.
What you doing, you bloody git?
That was
terrible. That was...
yeah, wow.
Everyone do one.
It sounded like someone
Where's your
from,
Irish accent?
It sounds like someone from Harlem.
Do your fucking Irish accent, bitch. Do it.
Me?
Yes.
I don't have one. I think the best I can do is an Australian one.
No, an Irish one. I want to hear an Irish one.
Crikey. Today... Crikey.
That's a great Irish
there
accent.
she is. The blue-mouthed rattlesnake. She's the most dangerous snake in the world. And I'm going to French kiss it.
God damn.
All right, here I am, way out in the outback. I've seen a snake in the bushes. It looks like I've got a South African there, and I won't ever do that again.
Can you do a southern accent?
That's the best one. They're after me Lucky Charms.
Oh.
They're magically delicious. Pass me Lucky Charms. I'm a leprechaun, don't you know?
Yeah, that's better than mine.
Yeah, right.
Get your hands off my fat stack of cold hard cash.
Stanley, have you heard of a northern accent, a New England accent?
No, go on. Hit me with it.
All right. I'm from New England, so you don't normally hear. Do you guys hear that at all when I speak?
Yeah, you've got an accent that jumps out at me. Your A sides your A sounds are closer to I's.
Oh, yeah, like park the car. Let's go down the store and get some soda.
That's bizarre.
Just soda.
We put R's in words where they don't belong and take them out. Like, be like, Ma, go to the packy and get me some smokes.
My
I parked the car in the front of the yard.
My accent is we just don't say syllables. We just do some sort of gesture that would that simulates syllables.
I think you have
there.
one of the cutest accents that I have heard on YouTube. I think your accent is adorable, for the record.
Yeah, he
I'm
does
sorry.
sound adorable.
Oh,
That's a cute thing to say.
I'm on mobile data.
What
So
about my accent, Prince? Do you like how I speak?
You sound like Edindro.
A what?
Doesn't he kind of sound like Edindro?
He does.
What
a
is
lot.
that? I don't get that. What is that?
He's
He's a YouTuber.
yeah. He mostly is in streams. He doesn't make that many videos. He's a friend of mine. He's been on a lot of my streams. Like over
Some
10.
people say I look like a blonde, blue-eyed version of Monday Matt.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I can't really tell.
Hey, Cracker, I'm sorry though I keep dropping out. I'm on mobile data. It's the only internet I have in my house, and so that's
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Did you guys know that
Socialism is cancer?
that people are starting to heavily contest net neutrality, and they're thinking that it's actually a trap to fuck with the net even further? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
No, go on, explain that.
There's an article on a libertarian site that's claiming that it's basically a bait and switch, like every fucking thing, like like No Child Left Behind, or any bill that claims to advocate for freedom and is being talked about a whole bunch in media. Chances are it's a bait and switch, and there's an article about it, which makes sense because I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be if absolutely everybody's like, we need this in mainstream media. I'm not trusting it. I'm not trusting it.
Have they made an actual proposal, like a bill or something?
Well, what they're saying is that the bill, we can look at the article if you guys want to.
Is there the actual bill that I can find and read somewhere?
So
Is it
what they're
been
saying
released?
is that net neutrality was a reclassification of. Here, I'll share it so you guys can look.
Yeah, because I want to see this myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm not understanding it at all myself, so I don't know. I'm not here or there on it.
So what they say is net neutrality was a reclassification of ISPs into Title II communication groups laid out in the Communication Act of 1934 and the Telecommunications Act of 1996, specifically the common carriers category. This allowed ISPs to be regulated similarly to other types of utilities: gas, electric, water, or in this case, bandwidth offered by ISPs. So why be skeptical of something we're told is meant to keep the internet free? Well, for starters, most plans aimed at freeing a market don't include the FCC placing 400 pages of new regulations on that market. Likewise, it's always a safe bet that whatever a bill is sold to the public as, it will be undoubtedly do the opposite. Much like we've seen with our very Affordable Care Act or the Invasive Freedom Act that culminated from the Patriot Act, net neutrality is anything but neutral. Instead, it vilified ISPs, claiming that in its absence, they would be able to restrict internet access to their customers at a whim. Although they couldn't recall a single instance of this happening or provide any reason that ISPs would have for doing that. The FCC shifted the control from the providers over to the government in order to save us from this preposterous threat. Just like that, net neutrality became another political tool used to reward select groups at the expense of others, which brings us to what really went on. As streaming services such as Netflix, YouTube, and Google have become more prevalent in recent years, ISPs decided to charge them more for bandwidth than smaller companies, seeing as how they used up a much larger portion of the provider's finite supply. Like with most things, those who cost more are usually charged more than those who don't. For example, a compact car.
Hello?
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
Oh, he went to plug up his MacBook.
Prince.
So
Stream's not cool without you.
Oh,
But
sorry
I-
guys. Sorry, I hit the. There's a button on my headset that mutes me. So, as streaming services such as Netflix, YouTube, and Google have become more prevalent in recent years, ISPs decided to charge them more for bandwidth than smaller companies, seeing as how they now used up a much larger portion of the provider's finite supply. Like with most things, those who cost more are usually charged more than those who don't. For example, a compact car driving a toll road pays less than an 18-wheeler due to the extra wear and tear caused by the road. The truck would obviously benefit from a mandate requiring that everyone pay the same tolls, where the car would be penalized from the redistributed costs. In the case for net neutrality, the 18-wheeler is the large streaming entities, and they want their bandwidth costs spread around to everyone else using the internet, regardless of how much you use. Hence why net neutrality's most prominent advocates are Google, Netflix, and Microsoft, and its opponents include Comcast, Time Warner, and AT&T. From its inception, and like most government intrusions, net neutrality been nothing more than bureaucrats vying for control of the market behind closed doors, with political packaging up and selling it to the public as being in our best interest. It was never intended to protect the individual from the absurd notion that ISPs would turn on their customer, but rather was only another drop in the bucket for government corruption. So I'm not saying I 100% agree with that. It's really hard to say like who is more evil, fucking Comcast or Google. Like both companies do some really annoying things. It seems to me.
Can I offer some thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Because I fundamentally disagree with the thesis of that. So there's this kind of thing in libertarian philosophy that I disagree with, which is the kind of assumption that any given piece of freedom that is allowed is conducive to greater freedom in society. I think by allowing ISPs the freedom to do whatever they want, that would limit the freedom of actual internet users. And this is not the point. This is not the 80s anymore. The internet is an essential part of how we communicate. It's how we consume our politics, it's how we consume our news. And it's important that we should have access to that, and we should have access to all different types of views. We've seen how companies can censor different ideas, our ideas. Look at some conspiracy theories about the way YouTube is acting. Imagine if your ISPs could do that as well. If they at some point decided they had a moral objection to the kind of things that the Prince of Queens YouTube channel was saying, at any point they could limit access to that. And they shouldn't be allowed to do that. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. And that's what net neutrality is.
But Google already does that to me.
Google do this shit, and Google would benefit from this bill, and they're scumbags, and I wish they wouldn't. But the fact that they benefit from them does not necessarily make it a bad idea. I think net neutrality is always a good idea, even if some scumbags benefit as well as everyone else, because it benefits internet users to have the internet neutral. That's my piece.
Wait, so, but okay. Yeah, I don't know. It does seem that Jesus, I don't understand the conflicting sides of, because like, yeah, the ISPs so far haven't actually abused having a monopoly. But that's because
they're not allowed to.
Well, yeah, because they don't have a monopoly. But then what would they do? Like, okay, Google and YouTube, they do abuse their monopoly. Like, my channel gets throttled like hell. And I know that it does, because not just have people looked into it, like people who are good at deep web stuff have looked into my channel and have noticed that, I am deliberately shafted in terms of the algorithms.
That, of course, is an important issue, but it's a different issue.
It's totally a different issue. Yeah.
So just because a measure will benefit Google doesn't necessarily make it bad. I know that Google
Yeah,
is
no, that's all I'm saying.
and they
yeah.
don't practice what they preach, and they're not getting behind this for the right reasons, but doesn't mean we can't.
Yeah, but it's interesting that Google is so in favor of net neutrality if we know that Google is willing to kind of abuse their power. It's like
That's where we agree. I think that's in on this issue.
So, like, if the net neutrality was overturned and ISPs had monopolies, wouldn't they be working with Google anyway? So why would Google be so opposed to that? And that's where it becomes interesting.
I think Google doesn't want anyone else having the power to limit what they're already limiting. I think even if they were working with ISPs, they would still be giving up some of their agency on their total control they have of the internet. If something's not listed on Google, no one's going to find it. But if ISPs are limiting, even if Google are working very closely with ISPs, it's still going to be limiting them and hindering them more than helping them if ISPs have power. Look, I understand that Google is in this for the wrong reasons, but doesn't mean it's not a good idea.
Okay.
Well, see, what I don't like about Google is that you have to do Google to do anything. Like right now, we have to use Google to be even on the stream right now. I've never
used Discord.
Well, I've never cared for Google ever. You know, I used to do Yahoo up until they went. You know, we all know what happened with Yahoo. But then I've been off of the internet for almost a decade, if not more. And then I come back and I compare between Google and Bing, and my personal choice is Bing. But to be able to do all this YouTube stuff, I have to use Google. So I mean, that's what I don't like about them. They're forcing me to use their products.
I know, especially their Google Plus thing.
Hey, I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a good night, okay?
Hey, on that note, guys, you want to end the stream? It's been almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I should try to get in a video today.
Yeah, I probably need to try to make a video today too.
I gotta make.
Hey, Cracker.
What's up, bud?
Is there a way you can put my link in the stream since I can't?
Go ahead and throw it in our chat.
I can't. I'm on the cell phone. If I leave this screen, I drop out of the Hangout.
All right, hold on. Let me look you up on YouTube, and I'll go ahead and post it in the chat.
Okay. But yeah, right now, like I was saying, I've been competing against one vegan, and a lot of his subs have came to my second video on the man when I pointed out his blatant lie. And so right now I'm losing in dislikes to likes on that one because I pointed out a lie.
So yeah, this is the end, guys. It was real fun hanging out with you dudes. It was real fun hanging out with you dudes.
Stanley, for real, you're gonna be one of the mainstays for my podcast. You're just a ride to have on.
Oh, cheers, man! Cheers, man!
You're my British bro.
For letting me come on your stream too.
No problem, Train.
Sorry, I'm such a boring ass.
I feel like next stream we need to talk about some socialist stuff.
Sounds groovy.
Groovy, baby. So hit me up on the Twitters at Cracker Critical. Cracker Critical. That is my handle.
It's your own name, and you're having trouble saying it.
Cracker Critical. Well, some asshole took my handle.
The bastard.
Hit me up at Critical.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for having me on.
All right.
No problem.
Nice
meeting you, Brent.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
He's so gay, you guys.
You lose it. That's what you just said.
No, I
Wait,
love
guys. Is Prince gay?
Yeah.
Everyone's gay.